Hello, and for those who are watching Valorant, welcome back. Well, for those who are joining just for CS, hello, welcome to the stream, the second part of the DCES finals today. My name is Michael, and I am here with two beautiful analysts as well. Can you please introduce yourselves?
I'm Adapts.
Hello, I'm Jimiek.
And we are here to watch the finals of Division 1 for DCCS, specifically, between TSA Link Pop Professionals and Ignite Red. Do you guys know anything about the two teams that you can share already at the beginning?
The two teams we're facing today is Paul Professionals and Ignite Red. They're both from a student organization. Ignite Red is from Ignite or DCA, former. Paul Professionals from TCA. They have been playing before. They have played head-to-heads. They've played group stages against each other. And Paul Professionals is, I would say, the favorites today. Right? Yeah. And Ignite Red is also a really good team who we see today. Who do you think will be the shining player of Paul Professionals?
We have Urwin in the team for Professionals today. He's playing with the op, right? I've played with him before, subbed in when we were playing an ESA intermediate match. I think he's a fantastically intelligent player and he's really good on the op, so I think that's a player that we have to look out for.
I don't need the mic. I have my own mic, you know. Yes, but obviously this year, this split specifically, DCCS was only one division. It was split between two divisions, 1A and 1B. Both teams have played each other in group stages, as you have mentioned. They are both from 1A. Now, that game was won by TSCA with a 2-0 score.
Paul Professionals.
Paul Professionals, yes, I apologize. Yeah. What do you think about that game? And do you think that anything might be a little bit different this time around?
Well, looking at the match from the group stage, it was a best of two, and obviously TSCA Professionals won that one. It was a bit of a stomp, really. What was the scores? Do you remember?
I think it was 13-6 and 13-2, if I recollect correctly.
I believe we're getting corrected as 13-4.
13-4. 13-4 and 13-6, yes. Okay. Yeah, and it's really... You will have to see what the firepower, especially on LAN, is, because that was online, of course, the group stage. Mm-hmm. And LAN is a whole different environment. And they can hear each other scream, and they're sitting next to each other with the barrier, of course. So I really wonder what will happen.
Mm-hmm. And we had both Jimmy Egg and I, we had the lucky opportunity to go up against Ignite Red, or at least part of the roster during the Lustrum LAN. And they seem like a pretty solid team, right? Especially with the chemistry going when they're on LAN. So I expect them to be a bit stronger this time around, especially with the LAN environment. But yeah, we'll see how it goes, right? It's not a guarantee. Obviously, the group stages can be pretty telling. But hopefully we're in for a good match.
Yes, I mean, obviously, as mentioned, both teams are here in we are in Eindhoven in the Phoenix building, hosted by Zephyr, which thank you very much for that. Without them, it wouldn't have been possible. They are right next to each other, so they can hear each other scream. They can also feed off of the energy of the viewers who are in the building, because we also have a live stream happening in the building as well. But yeah, you already mentioned that at least some of the Ignite Red players played on LAN. Now, I'm not sure about Paul Professionals, if they have played any LAN experience. Do you think that will maybe make it a little bit more even from comparing to the group stage, at least?
I mean, looking on paper with just the firepower, obviously the Professionals are way stronger, right? But to my knowledge, they're also just a mixed team. They haven't really played that much. They don't have that many pracs, and I don't necessarily think that they've played on LAN. But I do think that it won't make that much of a difference, right? What do you think?
I think Paul Professionals, some players lack more LAN experience. Some players do have more LAN experience compared to TCA. And we would just have to see if those players can get with their experience, show their teammates how to perform and how to a LAN environment is, and just see if they can play as well as online. And hopefully they can set the bar right, so they can feed off each other.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, well, obviously both teams have played together in the group stage, but the playoffs were combined together with Division 1B. So they had a little bit of a different path. Both, well, I mean, it was a single elimination bracket. So Pop Professionals they did have a bye into the first round. So they only had to play one game. While on the other hand, Ignite Red, they had to play two games and they beat both, I believe, Zephyr and Blue Shell in order to get here. Do you think that maybe having that extra game and that extra maybe momentum might also be a little bit of a factor into this match?
I think it will definitely be a confidence thing. They will come in with a lot more confidence, I would say. And that maybe be a difference maker.
Yeah, I think so. I think with the extra match, especially the way that they did beat those two teams, I think that'll be a very big confidence boost. And I think that because of that, they'll probably play a bit more solid. They'll play with more confidence, despite that group stage loss, because that group stage loss has been quite a while away now.
Exactly. But I mean, at the same time, you can also make the argument, at least one of the games for Ignite Red was streamed. That does give a little bit more information as to the current stress that the teams might have. Do you think that might also be a factor?
I personally don't think it's a factor. I mean, the demos are all there on Faceit. So if anybody, I mean, I've talked also to the professional players. They've had a look at the demos. They already looked at the videos of Ignite Red. And I think they're pretty well versed on what Ignite Red would be doing. To what extent they've been doing it, I'm not completely sure. But maybe Ignite Red being a team, maybe they would have already looked into the games of professionals way more than the other way around. And maybe that will play a factor as well.
And I mean, obviously, speaking of the vetoes, I saw you guys cook a little bit before the game or before the stream started in order to see what maybe the map bans are going to look like. Now, we are getting into them relatively soon, but what are your predictions?
Yeah, me and the 4Dapps, we looked at the veto. I think TCA or Ignite Red, they have really apparent veto. They have been vetoing like the same for the past 2 or 3 months, which is Nuke as first ban and Dust as a second ban. So don't think it's likely we will see one of them, especially because these Paul Professionals doesn't really play Dust, and that's the second ban. But it could be still. We still don't know like exactly what maps are going to be played, because there could be like a different tide of what will happen. But I think for sure we will see either Mirage, Ancient, or Train. And Train, I don't know exactly how the team's prepared. But Ancient or Mirage would most likely, in my opinion, be.
Yes.
Oh, we have.
And well, speaking about the vetoes, we already got the first ban from Paul Professionals, which I believe is
That's Inferno.
That is Inferno,
That is
which
quite a surprise. We didn't expect them to ban Inferno off the bat. No, from the match that we looked at, we were expecting to veto Anubis first, actually. But talking to them before the match, they were talking about something about Anubis as well. So, I mean, maybe it's not that much of a surprise. And here we have the Ignite Red with the nuke ban.
exactly so
Standard.
At least you got that one correct.
Yeah.
At least there's no surprise there. So.
Yeah. Paul Professionals, we can see them picking into Mirage, because they're also a mixed team who is very confident in Mirage. We can also see them pick into Ancient, because they also like the map. But this is also Ignite also really love the Ancient. So really, yeah.
Yes. And I mean, perfectly on time. We already got the first pick, which is
Ancient.
Ancient, exactly, with I believe Ignite starting on CT. So
Yeah, CT is usually meta to start, especially if you have the option. You can really set the pace as CT, especially on Ancient, with the B lane take and the mid take and the pressure. And we just have to see if Paul Professionals can react to the practice TCA Ignite had.
We also played Ignite Red on Ancient before, Jimmy Egg and myself. We beat them on it, right? I think. But not to roast them, obviously.
maybe,
but,
maybe that's why they picked it, right?
yeah, but yeah, I mean, Yeah, it could be a possibility, right? That Ignite Red. I would hope that Ignite Red would practice from that, right, and learn from it. And obviously, it's a map that they don't dislike from the vetoes that we saw and from the last 2 months of matches that they played. So maybe they'll pick it up.
Yes, and in the meantime, we got the second map that is going to be played, which is
Anubis.
exactly. So that is the little bit of a curveball, maybe being thrown, and already a ban coming through as well.
And that's Dust 2 as a ban, yeah.
From Paul Professionals.
Yeah.
Professionals, yeah. It's this is a bit of a surprise. I mean, we didn't really expect Anubis to be there. We expected Professionals to ban it outright because it's usually their first ban. But here we are.
Maybe they have something planned. That is what it sounded like from at least
maybe,
conversations before the stream and the game started.
Yeah, I think they also prepared. We talked with some members of the Paul Professionals, and I know, like Erwin, you usually wasn't there in the group stage. He's also a fan of Anubis, so that could be a reason why Anubis is picked here, or maybe because Ignite saw something. That's what I mean. And as we get our last. We will train.
Exactly. So again, you guys were right, I guess.
Yeah. I had a feeling Paul Professionals would be stronger in Mirage, so it's a good ban from Ignite in my opinion. And I really wonder if we go to the third map, what Ignite has planned, because I feel like there's a lot to cook on train. There's a lot of stuff from recent matches, and it's not really that map is long out, so there's a lot of stuff that you can have on the map.
I mean, yeah, exactly. With having the current map bans, with Ancient as the first map, with Ignite starting on CTU, and the second map being Anubis with Paul Professional starting on the T side, and the decider being Train, which we don't know who is going to start on which side just yet.
Yes.
What do you think is going to be the score, and who do you think is going to win this final?
I think it's a pretty balanced veto. I mean, Ignite Red needs something to go their way, right? They need to try something different. And if they did the bans that we expected, that Jimmy Egg and I expected, I don't think that it would have been really favored towards them. But now with this ban, they play really strong Anubis. We've played against them again on the LAN. They beat us on Anubis. So hopefully they can cook, right? Make it a close game. But again, like Jimmy Egg said, I'm excited to see what they can cook on Train, right? It's a relatively new map. It's going to be very interesting for both teams to play.
I mean, I think we all hope that it goes all the way to map 3, right? We want to see a little bit more of competition, at least. I don't know if you guys saw the previous match in Valorant. It was a little bit shorter, so I hope that at least we get a little bit more of a competition this time around. And hopefully we're here all the way till 9 or so when, maybe some overtimes as well.
Maybe some overtimes.
I don't know how much the casters will like that, but they're showing us that not really, but
I think it will be fun. I think it will be a fun match. I really hope we see some fire on especially Anubis and Ancient, because on Anubis it's really the CTs have to take space back. If the Ts just go on their default, CTs have to react. So I hope we will just see fire, and then it will be a great match.
Yeah. And exactly, and maybe a little bit of an even score, going into those overtimes, going into those games, having some close rounds as well would be really nice to have. Now, let's focus on the one thing that matters the most: skins. What skins do you think the players are gonna pick?
I mean, no player skins, right? But it's very clear, to me at least, that at least Op5 on the Professionals, he has the best skins on the server. That's not even a doubt. He has a complete blue loadout, Karambit Doppler Phase 4. He's got everything. And I think he's got them beat, got anybody else on the server beat.
All right. And we are unfortunately being told a little bit from production that there might be a bit of a delay going on. So bear with us a little bit longer before we start getting into the game and we can hand the talking over to the casters.
Maybe we can hear what they think about the matchup. I don't know if they've had a look into it.
Yeah, I mean, first we need to make sure that the production knows what they're doing, right?
True.
As we, exactly. So you mentioned the skins on one of the players at least, but...
Yeah, I'm not quite sure actually. I don't remember any skins from Ignite Red. Do you remember anything from them? Or maybe Erwin, because you've played with him for quite a while, right? You played one season of ESEA.
Urban doesn't really have. He has good skins. I would say he's not popping out. He doesn't really have. You have some players. If I rather look at setups, that's more my opinion. There's some people who have anime-like mouse pads. There's some people who have very special setups. And I think because of all the anime on the TCA Paul Professionals, I rather in favor of Ignite. But
I think I have to agree with him, right? I mean, if you look at the setups of top professionals, right? Maybe we have a player cam, but I don't know, right? But if you look at their setups, right, they're gonna be heavily nerfed. Because the thing is, you have these expensive mouse pads, these expensive mice, right? You can,
It's distracting, right?
yeah, exactly. And you can bet that at home they have godlike PCs and godlike monitors, right? Meanwhile, Ignite Red over here, they've played on these setups before, so they have a lot of experience, right? And I think that's that might play into their favors even.
Yes. But let's focus a little back on the map pool. So you mentioned before that Train is a little bit of a new map. How do you think that, as far as I understand, there have been quite a few changes made to it as well. It's new in the map pool, but it's not exactly new in the game.
yes.
How do you think that those changes will affect the way that it's going to be played?
Nowadays, Train, I really wonder, like Upper B, for example, on CTs, you usually have a timing nowadays compared to CSGO, if I compare it back to the old game. With Upper B, you can usually take space as CT because the timing you meet the players, they're still in the hallway. And I think if one of the teams, like I know Irvin, because I played with him, really likes to put pressure there from Pop Dog or Long Dog, how it's called now, and to be main, I really wonder how the teams will react if they have practice, because we haven't really seen from both teams in the group stage and from the playoffs them having played Train.
Yeah, I mean, Ignite did play Train against Blue Show Hyper S in their semifinal games, which they did win, I believe, 13-10 or 13-8, if I'm not wrong. So it was a little bit of a close game, but I mean, they can also learn from their mistakes.
Yes.
Exactly, right?
Yeah. I think that's a good point. I think they probably looked back to the demo, look what they did wrong, look what they can do more. And I really wonder if the PAL professionals are ready for that, you know, if they're ready for the team play that Ignite has to offer.
Yeah, I mean, we also mentioned a little bit before on the LAN experience of Ignite, but I think we have to at least a little bit address the fact that PAL professionals also play outside of DCCS quite a bit in some other tournaments, which they are quite successful in. Do you think that might also be a little bit of an experience being able to play against these higher face-it level teams? Could this be an advantage in the LAN as well?
Yeah, I think it will be an advantage because TCA PAL professionals, they have played higher opposition. They should know how they should control the map, how to communicate properly. So I think that will definitely be an advantage. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the same thing, right? Despite the fact that they're a mixed team, I still think that that experience will carry through, right? And you have more stability from the players.
And as we are looking a little bit into the production, we are ready to hand it off to the casters, so you do not have to bear with us any longer, thankfully. And we are also getting what is the most important part, into the gameplay. So from our side, thank you very much for bearing with us through this map ban. And I believe we are handing off to the casters right now. If
Is around though?
Yeah. All right, and here we are then. It took a while, but we're finally ready to get going. Analysts, thank you very much. And welcome everyone to the Dutch Student League Finals here in Eindhoven. I am joined here by Benja. Benja, how are you feeling about this one, man?
I'm feeling good. I've watched professionals quite a lot, and I've cast them quite a lot of times before because I'm from TSA Link myself. And I gotta say, I'm really excited for this match. Owen is such a good player. There's so many good people in this lobby. More than 2,500 elo on Faceit. Like almost half of them are above that elo level. So it's gonna be a crazy stack match.
Yeah, I'm excited. Obviously, we've got a mixed team on one side, and then on the other side, we have a little bit more of an established team. But the mixed side is the one that has the higher individual skills. That's what we know right now. We don't know how that's going to translate into the game, however, right? This can be a very swift game, right, where the individuals are really outshining the teams, or it could go the other way around. And keep in mind, we have Train involved in the map ban as well. And if it goes to that one, who knows what the teams have prepared. And that is going to be a very interesting one for me. It looks like the game is about to start here anyways, and I'm very much excited to walk back into it. This time around, we'll see how it goes. And yeah, obviously very excited to be here. My first time here in Eindhoven, not yours. You've been here before, so you obviously know how things go down here. For people that don't know me, my name is Ricky, and this is Benja standing next to me. We'll be providing the commentary for this best of 3 match. We're currently loading into the game. As you can see, the production's almost ready, and it's time to get started here. Everyone is here, and I hope you guys are ready in Twitch chat as well. I have my phone with along with the Twitch chat also, so if you have any questions for us, please make sure to let us know. And we are on the way here.
Seems like we already missed a kill. Ignite Red got the opening.
Very slow pistol round there. Bomb's been planted in the meanwhile. Water currently looking for that long range find on the P250 as they try and walk out one. Here they're gonna try and pushing aggressively here. 3 players on the screen. Everyone's here. One of these hitting the first at least here, but still a couple more players and the bomb is being tapped down. They're tapping out first of all. Everyone's gonna be able to get a kill back, and then also the double. And yeah, they need to get on this bomb eventually. Good kills going back and forward. Everyone's picked up another. Now they're on that defuse. Oh no, what do you do? He's off it. No, he's covered it.
Is there enough time though? I don't know this hut yet. And yeah, there's more than enough time.
Should be, but it's pretty
Or
close.
is it?
Don't say that too soon.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
just
just
about
in
got
time.
it.
And this is now it's gonna be awkward for professionals. I've costed them so many times before, and they're kind of a diesel engine. If they don't get their first pistol round going, they can lose the first 5-6 rounds and get into a small death spiral. Hopefully they can take a little time out soon if that happens, and they'll turn it around.
Yeah, I don't know how I was expecting the pistol to go down. I wasn't expecting it to be that close. Obviously, we talked about the individuals really being able to perform, and as you can see, probably we are back to the camera screen, fixing some small issues with our HUD right now. It shouldn't be too long until we get underway again. And yeah, I'm very excited here to see what the rest has brought to us here. We're in a little bit of a timeout by the looks of it anyway, so we're not missing much of the Counter-Strike action, and that's the most important part to me, because we've got a full best of 3 ahead of us here. And obviously, the analysts have taken us through it rather nicely, but what do you think? Who do you think is going to win?
Well, in my opinion, I've seen them play their previous match against professionals against Ignite Red, and it was kind of a blowout. They won 13-4 on Ancient, which we're seeing right now, so I'm super happy that Ignite Red at least got the pistol, so they get off a good start and they won't fall in their death spiral themselves.
Yeah, we're going to find out. Obviously, Pistol's also going to be able to give us a little bit of information, especially regarding how that economy, because we do see the CTs winning out the round, but it was pretty close.
Yeah.
Plus a bomb plant, so you know what's going to be happening. I think only 2 players survived the round on the CT side as well. So now we do know they're going to have money to first in. And as you can tell, we are back in the game. It is time to go live as both
like
teams
Ignite
have
Red.
forced up.
Ignite Red has 4 MP9, so I'm expecting some aggression play here. They have quite a lot of util. There it goes. Throw out all the util in the mid, and are they going to fight for it?
This is a smart play, right? You want to be going for that mid control early on the CT side. Also throwing the util up and on here, trying to take fights. This is always sketchy. Attacks are being delivered, but we're not seeing a kill just yet, as Warlock is looking to make his way over here towards this cave side. And middle control still safe for the CT side. Both teams fighting hard. Cave will be the vocal point around. Both players have spotted each other. No casualties as of yet.
The smokes are coming in. They're going through tunnels or cave. They're doing the cross smoke, left side, right side. Popping onto the side, there's no one there. Completely free. Going for a little bit of a risky play. They go for a smoke spam. They could get it, but he gets the plant off. Now Ignite Red just wants to wait for those smokes to fade. They have only 1 smoke left themselves. And Liu is trying to cancel that out with his own smoke.
Now obviously the utils coming in. They very much started as a 1-for-1 trade in the beginning, but that time is already kicking off rather aggressively here. Up. He's going to be able to get a corp, and no, he's going to be able to get back and get another. Sure, he's trying to tap on that ball because they're left in the 1v2, and it's not going to happen. Warlock wins that back for his team right there. It's a beautiful triple kill. And the Paul Professionals, they get their first round on the board right there.
That's massive for them. That's what I said. They were able to, maybe because of the tech timeout, of course, but they were able to take a little timeout, and they probably said something to each other, and Urban probably gave them a little boost of morale. And now they are easily able to win it back. And now there's a tactical timeout by Ignite Red, I think.
Yeah, that's what I would expect here after having lost that first round. Now, unfortunately, we're not able to confirm it as of yet. You can tell that the game is very much paused still. And, well, here are some of the live reactions here. You can tell they're all kind of just waiting for it a little bit here and getting ready to play. And obviously, this is a LAN tournament here. That meaning that all the players are currently sitting in the same room next to each other with the, well, I wanted to say sole exception of Erwin, but no, he's actually there. It was just a little bit late to the party
He was
this
a little
time
bit
around.
late, yeah, but he was able to get there in time.
And now, well, this is also where the mind games come in, right? Are you going to be screaming at your opponent, or are you going to be taking it easy? They can hear each other. They're right next to each other, basically
there's like
upstairs.
there's a thin wall, like 5-10 centimeters in between them, and if they scream, they'll hear everything. So even if they call their loud, can't do that in this environment.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting also to see how the mental games are going to get into this one because, well, when you are playing from your own bedroom, you're in your comfort zone, right? You've also got the option to mute the chat, which is definitely going to help you. This time around, no, you're going to be face to face. You can't get away from that at all, so that might play into the mind games a little bit there. CT side has gone for a full stack here towards the B side. They have gone for the full eco. And the Paul Professionals yet to figure that out, but looks like Ignite Red's going to take it easy. Hoping to walk into the stack.
We have someone clearing out the red room though, and he's probably gonna be able to find out if there's a stack on the A side. Or B side, sorry.
Look at that flanker towards CT side.
We have confirmed we don't let him play.
They are soon going to get in behind, and now it's just like how aggressively do you want to go on this? Because that player from behind is going to be coming in. And there he is. Eagle one.
Oh, whiffs it! Oh no, Liu! They find out that's a stack, but they lose two guys in push. Now they're running around frantically. They know the A side is open. Or the B side. I always forget which side is on.
No, it is the A side, but the thing is, yeah, you're absolutely right. That is absolutely devastating right there. That's going to get into the mental game of you also, right? And now we do see that we're going to get into soon to be a afterplant where it's a 3-on-4.
They were able to pick up a Deagle and then Khalil with the molly, but Wardog is able to peg him up, post him down, tee him up, knock him down, my bad.
It's all good, and now we have just a Galil coming over. So the Paul Professionals, they get away with murder. That was way too close for comfort, but unfortunately for them, it is going to be, well, still a couple casualties on that side. Ignite Red looking to survive with just one player.
But there we can see, it's a LAN environment. You're not sitting at your own desk, and all of a sudden you feel weird. You miss those Deagle shots even though they were the freest kill in the world. Little Nico moment over there.
It was also the opportunity to go for a knife core
Yeah, I was
and
thinking
really
as well.
set the tone, but no, they haven't this time around. They're going for the hunt aggressively. They spotted him out. It looks like
goes
Algorithm's
down.
going to be able to pick up the one, and I think that should be the save over. Both players too far away.
Yeah.
Eric could try all they want, but you know, can't really risk it all either. Paul Professionals, they take that lead, 2-1.
And now there's another force, or yeah, there's a few MP9s, few rifles. So hopefully they're gonna be able to do something aggressive, something fun. I always like the Mac-10 and the MP9. Just fun to run around, just jump, and kill them all while you're in there.
This time around, once again, the same protocol on middle here. We're seeing the double Molotov, the smoke, and the nades. They're really looking to fight for it hard here. Erwin needs to be careful then, because they can walk up, and he can't really hold that safely. So he's going to tuck in for now, take banana control a little bit easier, as the CTs are looking to fight for middle here. Obviously, they are dumping in quite a bit of util early round, and now with the MP9s on long range, you're not going to be too comfortable in the fight. So it's either do you hold on to it, or do you say, okay, this is fine, and we'll just do it as is. Now, Walnutty is going to try and swing around the corner, flashbang, try to use that to his advantage instead. But so far, it is still 5-on-5, no fights being taken, as
It
the
seems
T's
like
are
they
slowly
want-
going to go towards cave.
Yeah, but one of the CTs is falling back and checking red room and mid, right as they try to put a little pressure on the B side. And a miss. Gets a little bit of damage on Walnutty though.
Now the mid-lurk activates, and this is where things can get a little bit dicey, because Algorithm has been forced out of position by the presence, and now it's just, you can't really go past that smoke, right? You're kind of stuck here, kind of forced to take a fight or roll back all the way. You don't know what the T's are doing here. They could be falling back towards the A side for all you know. And by the looks of it, they're going to do exactly that right now, splitting on towards the A side. Two defenders here, though. Let's see how well they hold up.
There should be a fast rotation for the guy that's in red room. I can't really see what it is right now, but he might be able to, he might get picked off. Now the bomb is rotating in through the A main area. They're able to get the first kill with only 15 seconds left in the round. Alpi gets another nice headshot. They're trying to get the bomb down, but there's someone in the smoke. He might be able to go through it. Oh, they must have heard him get hit by that.
It's always a little bit scary, right? Because obviously when you're planting with such low time left, even if he just walks through, gets the kill and then dies, he's still going to win the round. But no, this time around they're holding on well. Irwin's going to get a couple. Warlock and Wardog still follow up, and that is just so well played. They take down everyone. Keep that in mind. That is going to help out massively. The fist bumps all around here. And it looks like they are in a comfortable spot right now. It's 1-3. And once again, we can see the Ignite. They're really struggling here with that economy. And just how do you get it started? We have a timeout on our hands here, by the looks of it. It's being used by Ignite Red here, and they are going to be stuck here with, well, quite a bit of food for thought here, because they have lost quite a few rounds in a row. That's mainly economy-based right now. If they're able to get things going, things could really change around, but they need to do something now, because otherwise it's really going to spiral.
Yeah, it's swapped. I thought it would be Professionals just crumbling under the pressure, but it seems like after winning that pistol, they're not comfortable on it anymore. You see the shakes, but then also from Lee, you also saw the shakes. There's shakes on both sides.
Yeah, both teams are really... I mean, you are not playing in your comfortable chair, right? You're not playing on the exact desk height. You don't have the same monitor that you have at home. They were able to bring their peripherals, right? Their mouse, keyboard, headset, you name it. That's going to help out. But there's in no way any guarantee that is going to be good enough to make you feel truly at home. And, you know, also the environment, you're sitting there with your mates next to them. The people can see all over the kind of hosted down below. So there's always going to be people watching you, and that doesn't help either. Plus, you're being streamed. And for some of these, that's normal, right? I'm thinking of Irwin, for example, who played for Senshi when I was the caster. So he knows that pretty well. But for some, that might be new experience. Aggression towards the ASAT Warlock picks up the first, tries to fall back. He will be able to do some fighting for his life. There has been a kill on the other side. Algorithm still looking to fight up with another one.
He was ready, and he just walks in the deagle. He wasn't ready for that guy. I'll pick up an M4, and then the A punch kicks in, and it's just too much for him. He can't finish the kill on Owen.
It makes sense, right? It's just unfortunately how that goes. And if you have no armor, you already know that usually you are not going to be the guy who's got that under control. Now, as we get in, I see an AWP coming out on the, I think that might be Irwin here.
No, it's one.
Is it? No, it's Algorithm on the other side. Yeah, obviously, T side. Yeah, of course, got mixed up right there. Yeah, so AWP, that's going to be a key part in this round. But we'll see if he can deliver. Round 6 underway. Full buy on either side. We'll see what happens.
He chooses to jump up and clear the lane area here, but Warlock is ready there, but he's already completely ready, and he shoots Alpi in the back. He didn't expect him to be up on the ledge already.
I think it was a little bit of a miscommunication, because I think he thought that was being covered, but unfortunately it wasn't. And the Paul Professionals, well, they have shown some presence, so instantly going back towards the
out
side.
on the side, and now he's got shot on the side, and now this side is completely open. These are swarming CT. You already know where the next CTs are.
This is well played, right? Obviously, immediately enacting on the fact that they have info. So using their own info against them. They're in towards this B site now. A little bit of a minute to play. And they'll get the bomb planted. Not much else that they could do about that one. And more smokes are in the way. This is going to be a difficult retake for Ignite Red. They need to consider, is this even worth going for? Now they've gotten a kill back on Ska. That is going to be the one. Warlock now is going to be removed.
Oh, but Leo has a nice corner here. He swings out, but if he would have waited, I think he could have killed all three. But he don't expect Owen here in the corner. He gets one. He's not able to finish the spray. Now it's just Wardog. He needs to get the 4K.
So far ticked. Always denied the bomb, and that's going to be so tricky. What do you do now? Yeah, you need to try and fight it. He's gotten the second one. Now he's on the bomb. He's gonna off it, and I just don't think there's any time left. What do we even do? It's the 1v3 from Wardog. Oh no!
Wardog single-handedly wins them the round. First, he walks out of A main, pauses. One of the strongest things in CS is the pause button, just to stop, hold an angle where they don't expect you. He gets that first kill, they're able to swarm the side, and then he's able to close it down with that 1v3. Beautiful.
Yeah, and it's not even that it was badly played per se, right? They were running in together, but he was just winning all the individual fights. Sure, you could have argued it was easier to push with him, but yeah, he had a lot. You can't really go for that fight comfortably unless you get your pistol out. So yeah, the Professionals, they keep winning, this time aggressively in towards this B side, already picking up the first on the Mac 10, farming some money. And it looks like they want to go for this very, very quickly.
Well, not he's ready with the deagle, he gets the tag off, but he's being peppered down through the wall. Also a nade being thrown at him. Now they're going to push him. Oh, they whiff out with the spray, but Alpi is able to connect the with the double.
it's still getting expensive, right? And this is not what you want if you're having these kind of rounds. Now, the only upside to this, I don't know if Erwin spotted him, by the way. He's going to be careful. Oh, that is dangerous.
Oh, and someone in the
He's gonna
back.
get surrounded. Oh, he still
Everybody's
hits the
whiffing
shot.
today. Algorithm is ready, but is he ready for the person behind him? I think he's gonna go for a knife. No, he doesn't. Leo just wants. He doesn't want that to happen again. Now he sees someone in the back. He wants to secure that kill this time.
The initial trade had me thinking, right? It was a 3-on-2 at some point. You're up against pistols, you know, just one deagle headshot, one 1D could really make the difference there. But yeah, it was pretty scary. In the end, they got the most of it. Yeah, but also that might give you a little bit of confidence, right? If you can do this kind of damage with a pistol, what can you do with a rifle? We're seeing a pretty one-sided matchup, right? And the Paul Professionals, they're going to keep going here. See the side with a full buy again. Let's see if this time will be a little bit better.
And again, they're going for that fast aggression here for the temple position. But this time there is no offer to shoot them in the back. Algorithm is far away. He's rotating back to the B side, I think.
I must say, I like how versatile they're using the AWP right now. And once again, looking to take fights too. There are two people walking up right now. So the rifle's going to try and go up close. The AWP is supposed to be covering him. However, they're forced out of position.
Beautiful flash by Uren to set up Alpi in here. They knew there was a second guy in cave, so they're wanting to catch some ground.
Didn't work out though, and now they're stuck with a man down already. Smokes are going to be coming in, so it's going to come to a stop, at least for now. But you'll take an entry. And it's up to the CTs to react. Spotted out the first player behind the bag here. We will be able to shoot him. Well, at the moment, there's no one. So close, just not able to get it though. AK is gonna get it. And now what do you do? Losing men left, right, and center. But a T yet to execute. Coming up towards the A side. Can the player rotating the CT stop them? Let's find out.
Oh, there's some team damage. He gets another tag, but he's not able to finish the kill. And now they're already everywhere in CT spawn. And just one thing you can do as a CT right now. Just put your tail behind you, in between your legs and just save.
Yeah, I mean, keep in mind as well, this is the map pick of the Paul Professionals. They're going to be comfortable on a map like this. However, that doesn't always mean much. But this time around, you know, solid performance all around. I think that's fair to say. Leaving Ignite Red to save over. Those two weapons might be good. We'll see if they can be the difference maker. The Paul Professionals not hunting down that aggressively immediately. But now that the bomb is ticking away, making sure they entry on mid through every single way. They want to try and see if they can hunt them down. Time is going to run real low. I don't think they're going to get there. And I think Ignite might just be good saving over those rifles.
Yeah, and I don't really agree with what Paul Professionals is doing here. I think they should have left the bomb a lot earlier because they're able to get 1, 2, 3. Oh, what a nice correction from Skra. But I think they should have hunted a lot earlier. They would have had a lot more time to actually like flash each other into cave there. Because if you look at their money, three or four of them were above 10k, so that should be the freest hunt of your life.
Yeah, you should be going for it. I think that's fair to say. I think what they were scared of here in a position like this is that if you hunt too aggressively, you might give them an AK because they have time afterwards to pick it up. But by doing it last second, you know, I guess, you know, I don't mind it at all, actually. It's a very safe play.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you might be going for more here. I mean, considering the scoreline, why not, I suppose. But
and what am I seeing over here? Are they double opping on the T side? Or did... Oh, no, yeah, he does.
No, he refunded, right?
Oh, yeah, no, they did the refund. Because they had to. But it must have been some small miscommunication.
It's just looking who has the most money, because that's the person buying the AWP in this spot, right? It doesn't really matter who's got it. But anyways, we've got another timeout on our hands here. Ignite's just really not able to come up with a solution, it feels like.
No, they're just getting stomped on... they're putting nice pressure on B. Professionals putting nice pressure on B, and then that gives War Dog the time to walk out of A, set up on that angle, and like that they've already won two or three rounds now. So that's one of the things they really have to keep their eyes on the A main position, because War Dog is he's a slippery little chihuahua, and he'll be at any little corner.
Yeah, and right now what we're seeing is also just, I think, the T's individually outshining, right? Every single 50-50 duel they're taking, they're winning it, and that's just so devastating because it's not like Ignite Red are playing a bad game of CS. In fact, I rather think it's the opposite, but the way that this game presents itself really makes it feel like it's really one-sided. And don't get me wrong, it is. However, that's not because they're playing bad on the CT side here at all, but they are just not on that same level individually, and that means you're always going to be behind. But we'll see how it goes here. We've at least got another round coming up. Coming out. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. There's just those small fights that they lose, and I think if they could win one or two of those fights in one of those rounds, it can be completely different than Ignite Red could have already won like 2 or 3 rounds extra.
It's also, there's just no signs of a multi-kill anywhere on the CT side. And when you're having a team against you that is just super strong individually, they also know what they're doing, of course. But, you know, if you could just get a triple kill off in the beginning and just like counter that out, then you're going to feel way more confident about this. Instead, we're seeing Ignite taking yet another timeout here, yet to come up with a solution. And that is a little bit scary to me. It is obviously just one of those games where you want to be able to get the maximum out of it. But I'm not sure what there is to show from them here. Because really I haven't seen that much that is saying, hey, you know, this got potential right now.
Yeah. Sorry. This Ignite Red team has just been getting battered. And I really hope they are able... I think they should just really just focus more on that A main position to really try to go for an aggressive play there, because that's where Wardog has been hiding. And I think he could be an easy kill right now because they're not expecting any A main pressure, because they've not given any pressure back yet.
I think it is also just, you know, when you're coming into a map pick that isn't yours already against a stronger individual team, that's going to get into your head, right?
Yeah.
I want to say, and obviously it is maybe not fair to say, but team play wise, this might not even be, you know, this might not even be the same level here that we're seeing, right? And you move on to your own map pick, you're going to have that advantage even more. But then again, you still got to get off to a good start. And at the moment, that's not really what we've seen so far.
And Owen and Wardog leading the charge with 9 kills each. More than 1 kill per round. Let's see what Ignite Red do, what kind of changes they made. It seems like they're going 4 on the B side.
Yeah, then is this a genius read, or is this just a gamble out of desperation? That is really what it feels like to me right now. But they have a plan. They're looking to fight, and they're going to take that banana away. That is really going to help out. As we can see now, we have the beautiful pictures coming out. That is always going to look great. And, well, Warlock wants this. Walnut, he was trying to spam through, but instead he's just going to eat some bullets on the other side. There's the 1-for-1 trade. Algorithm activating. They have control.
And there is
side fighting hard. This is exactly what we need from them.
There's the trade they needed. Finally, a positive trade for them. So all the rounds before, they've either got a negative trade or a neutral trade, and that's just not nice as a CT, because then you're just forced to spread out so much. Now we see some aggression from Liu on mid. Is he gonna continue with it, or is he gonna fall back? Bomb is still dropped in the tunnel.
If I were Ignite Red here, I would be going as passively as humanly possible.
You finally
while
have the man advantage.
Yeah, and while maintaining that info, of course, because
Yeah.
otherwise they're just going to run out. They're going to get the 1-for-1 trade, bomb plant, and sure, you're 1 man down, but how are you going to compensate? And now, you know, they've done exactly that. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing here from Ignite Red. Just taking it a little bit more passively, making sure they can trade also. And most importantly, you know, not giving up a fight for no reason. Algorithm is looking to have a look. He's low HP. I'm not sure if I've been a big fan of this. They established the crossfire.
But he's not far enough in the corner. They don't
Oh.
expect the second guy. Oh, that's sad, but they still have the man advantage. It's a neutral trade. Another completely boxed in. They only have 7 seconds fight. They have to plant the bomb. Bomb gets dropped, and that's a
denied.
round for Ignite Red. Finally, they take the timeout. They make some changes. They put some more pressure on B. They make sure they can't walk up the lane there, and it's beautiful there. They stop them behind those double doors. Easy peasy round.
And now it's just a question, like, was this a fluke, or have they finally found a solution? Obviously, we haven't really seen much of this out of them. Pop Professionals, they still have the time to come up with a solution, but so far this is looking good. But the question is, has this round just come too little too late? Because it might be. We're going to find out. Round number 10 is live already.
And again, they used a nice util to put them back behind those double doors, and now they have the lane controls themselves. So they can't get bullied back into the site. They have so much more control than the previous rounds they had a few rounds before the timeout.
Just more information is going to make you feel comfortable. We already see Alpia's going to be taken out through the smoke here. Now, Leo is gone unnoticed on this lurk so far, and that is maybe a little bit scary.
And he just gets past it, and now he hears all the footsteps. They don't know. I don't think they know about him. No,
They don't. They don't. And when they're going to try and get back in for that information now, yeah, that's a freebie. First of all, Spray's a little bit messy, but he gets it anyways. Now we're back to equals. And keep in mind, that rotation is completely shut down right now. Erwin looking to walk in. There's still a player in the donut fighting, but what can he do alone? He needs help, and he needs it quickly. And it looks like it's not arriving anytime soon.
And look at it. Oh, never mind. That's smoke. They're ready to fight from mid. Oh no, never mind. He's rocking around. They're going back to main. They're stuck behind the. They're all going through donut. no, one is going around.
Yeah, so they had to take their time on this rotation. That's really made this hard. And then a second that they are there, they see that smoke coming in. Now they can try and push forward. Warlock's going to be able to get the first. Irwin's still on that angle. Good luck getting past him. And actually,
Owen
he does
gets the
manage to
double
get
tag.
the one.
And the nade to finish him off. Oh, that was beautiful. Irwin gets enough damage on the guy to get finished off by the nade. And now we have Leo in mid, catching the guy off. They're not allowed to save a single weapon. And seems like it might be a fluke round, the other one we saw. Because now they're broke again.
It is so tough out there right now. And, you know, 2-8 is just a scoreline that I don't really see them coming back from.
Never say never.
But it's also, what do you do now mentally, right? Are you saying, okay, fine, we'll just try, and if it, you know, it's a best of 2, 0-0 afterwards, or are you still mentally invested in this map? Because it's not like this is all over. Get a 4-8 scoreline, get a good pistol round and a conversion, you've got a chance all of a sudden. So, you know, I think these next rounds are really going to be key here. And the T's know this too. They're going to look to press forward as Ignite Red is once again looking to fight in cave.
They know about the guy on the right side, but will they overlook the guy on the other side? Because no, they don't. Leo with a nice trade, a nice kill doesn't get traded, which is really important. Nice opening kill, but it gives Fastbox a nice little upgrade. Skra close at the angle. Are they gonna? Oh, quad! Not too good. Doesn't get a single kill himself though. I thought he would with the dodge. I thought he would be able to get one at least.
You know, it's once again the double entry coming out, and now I'm getting a little bit concerned for Ignite. At least, you know, Algorithm, you can say whatever you want. He has been performing on that op.
Frostbox with another trade. Now it's a 3v3 all of a sudden.
Sure, you can see that bomb side. However, actually, as I say that, we see the X4 kill getting out there again. Anyone still trying to fight will go down by Warlock, but it's still a 2-2. You know where Fastbox is? They can't really get him killed. Where do you plant? Straight up into the side. Doesn't care about the spam.
It landed a bit more to the right, so the default spam wouldn't have worked. That was a smart thing, but
Still scary, though.
yeah, it's still scary. You can still be hit. Yeah, that's true.
Two players coming in towards the scan.
Oh,
That's
what a
exactly what
beautiful
we're
wall
talking
bang.
about. That spray coming in now. Irwin in a 1v2.
He has
Best
the op, so his
opportunity
health
they
doesn't
have.
really matter.
First shot coming out, tapping that bomb, and he just needs to try and hit the shots. First shot hits. Now the second one needs to come out there. He's going to try coming up close. He knows he's off it. Missed the flick. Needs to try and hit the drop. And now the question is there time? He's gotten onto the bomb, and I think he just... No, he doesn't.
He gives it up, saves the op, but Owen with a nice clutch there. Nice
again.
shot.
It's just impact, right? And this is so devastating because this is the best chance they've had in a while. Irwin's going to be satisfied with that, but they're still relatively calm on that side. I was expecting more hype. I'm not seeing the fist bumps necessarily coming out there.
I've not heard them scream as well either.
No.
They've been super chill.
They haven't really gotten into the heads of Ignite Red yet, but they also really haven't had to yet. The last round of the half coming up. Once again, a force bite coming out. I mean, it's just whatever you've got left. It's a FAMAS and an MP9. You've got your op. That might help you, but it's not going to be pretty. The last round of the half on the way. Let's see what happens.
Seems like they're going aggressive on the B side, but they're getting traded out. And it pulls the rotation away from the A side. And look where they are. They're pushing out A main. They're pausing. They're a little scared.
They should have gone there, but I think they were thinking they might not have sold it enough. So they've backed out. But now they're contacting in. And this is going to be important. Just when do you see each other first?
Manivet with a aggressive forward angle in the cave, trying to catch someone off guard on the other side. He's sneaking out.
Spammed away. They know where he is now.
A nice nade on him. Nice little chunk of damage. There he goes. He completely dies to util. 2 nades and a molotov.
Yeah, not much you can do in that position. They still need to try and get out of their choke points, but that's good damage. That will give you some leeway. We're not seeing many other space molotovs. Oh, there's a double, but they still push through.
They're all in the cave area as well.
This is costing them valuable time right now.
Valuable time that they don't have. Now they all the jump out. They're able to get the first kill, but Alpi is hiding on the side. Are they ready for him? They do read him. They smoke off.
Good
Irwin.
kill. Always stack them up.
Tag him up. So
Just
much
needs
damage.
one more bullet.
One more bullet.
He's still sticking this.
And he
Yeah,
stuck
he's
it.
got it.
That's a nice round for Ignite Red. With the nice smoke diffuse, they're able to convert the round.
Irwin once again in a clutch position, and once again he's almost done it. I mean, this time round he's almost done it, because in the previous rounds he has. I think he's gotten 2 1v2 so far. One from the donut and one from the cave position with the AWP, and he has just been absolutely on point so far. Ignite Red are going to be finding themselves on 3 rounds here, so we're going to swap sides.
And this is
So-
a really important pistol. If they don't win this one, I think they can almost throw in the towel for this map. And they are going for a quick B, quick A exec. There's only one guy on the side right now, and it's Wardog. He's been popping off recently. Let's see what he can do. Gets one, falls back, gets another. Now they know for sure the team is rotating. They already have nice positions in CT and in Donut.
Yeah, so you are pushing away to, retake that control later on, and that's not even that bad of a decision, but fighting up close with Glocks, always a good idea, and this time around we do see teams delivering on either side. Oh, Alp is out of ammo.
How was he alive for so long? They still have a molly. Wardog must be fuming.
Yeah, they're just not able to get out there right now. Ignite showing a really textbook pistol. Really well thought out, but Irwin's still closing that gap, but there's just so many people to fight at once. No one's hitting shots right now. It's kind of awkward. Now, sure, can try and get onto that bomb site, but,
But with
there's
18
just
HP,
no
I don't
time.
think he's gonna be able to do that, or 10 HP.
No time anyways. Still needs to try and get out there. Looking for an exit. Not gonna happen. Skrull wins it. Ignite Red win that pistol. Everyone goes down, so it's a complete reset. And, Ignite, they have just given themselves a chance here.
Yeah, and I'm really happy with what Ignite Red did there. After they planted the bomb, they went for those nice after-plant positions. They fought close range with the Glocks, and they had a nice setup with the guy hiding in the corner as well for the donut swings. So I think they did a really good job there. It was almost impossible to lose for them.
Yeah, it's actually weird though, because they got that first entry against them, and it's like fair enough, long way into the side. I would say that's a healthy sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's 5-on-4, but then immediately afterwards, you're seeing that the CT side gets another man up, and that's where things get really, really scary right there. But they fight their way back. They are not snowballing there out of control, and that's what I thought would happen. So they have really gotten themselves a chance here. Maybe also off the back of some individual misplays on the CT side, but you don't care about that right now.
No.
The thing that matters most is you have the round matters.
Yep, that's super important, and we're back in the game. It's gonna be forced by, I guess, from the professionals. Let's
I
see.
guess why not? You have the leverage, right? You have the reserve to go for it anyways.
There's no reason to try to close it out fast. Or they can try to close that fast because they have the little bit of a leeway of 5 rounds.
Yeah, and Ignite Red also hasn't been the best team individually here when it comes to something that you've gotten really scared of over time, it feels like. It's not like you're thinking, oh, he's going to get a 4K on the Deagle, so you got to be careful.
And it's
Now-
Liu on the Deagle again. It can be scary. Just like he missed his shots earlier, but you never know what he can do later. They're able to get a 1 kill, though, after Alpi died first. So that's a weapon upgrade, I think.
Yeah, they're stuck behind the smokes for now, though, and, obviously also looking for information right now. Warlock is looking to walk up, but look at how far back there's no way you read this, and that is beyond frustrating, because
Yeah.
you're thinking, I might have something here, and all of a sudden,
The door gets slammed in
you're
your
gone,
face.
and there's nothing you can do.
Now they're going out the doors. They're able to flash him, but they can't get past Wardog. Wardog is able to get 1, get 2. Get mollied out, gets pushed forward. Somehow Owen gets a kill through the smoke with his 5-7, nice 1-tap. Now it's only 14 HP on Manivat. He's the best player on the team, but can he close this one round down?
That is so devastating, because the only thing that saved his teammate there is the fact that he spammed through the smoke and somehow hit a headshot right there.
Yep. And it's 14 HP for him. Can he get the first kill? Gets a nice lineup on the first kill. And he gets the second! I told you he was the best player on the team, but holy cow! That was a beautiful play by Manny.
That is frustrating here if you are on the other side, but you also know that you have no reason to be stressed, but it's still getting into your mind. That was your opportunity. That was your golden ticket back in. And, this time around it hasn't happened. Money is also going to be playing a factor from this point on. And the ball professionals, well, they just kind of find themselves on the pistols now. Maybe they'll be able to get a multi-kill in. You know how that stuff goes usually, right? 1 kill on the 5-7 or a Desert Eagle, 1 shot can really get you going. And Ignite Red, they are up here with the rifles, and we'll see what they can deliver as Vespox is looking to find that information towards Banana. Default out on the CT side, just looking and hoping for the best.
And Lee was holding Cave in the cheeky little corner, trying to find a timing, but he decides to fall back right at the correct timing and gets mollied. Oh, and he has to push forward because of the Molotov and gets 1-tapped. Beautiful shot there from Fastbox.
It's an entry, right? And now you just gotta really hold the brakes and, you know, make sure you don't overextend. Warlock had an opportunity, tried to get the one shot off, not able to do it, unfortunately. And, you know, this brings you back to a little bit of position where you really got to think this through. Up is still holding. Can't try. It's not going to happen. No, Scraw's going to get that entry. Now the smoke's come out. B-side taken. Good
Nice
first
shot
kill
from
with Desert
Ruin.
Eagle. It's almost got a second there also. Scary stuff. But they do concede the bomb side. Ignite Red. I think they're going to be happy with this.
Yeah. Finally, kind of a clean round after against the Pistols. They lost the first follow-up after the pistol. They almost lost the second follow-up after the pistol against the low buys. So they must be happy to finally kind of close one down super confidently and only losing one person against that was shot with a nice shot from Erwin with the deagle.
Yeah, this is, I mean, this is still something you're looking into if you're on the CT side, just because you know you're going to be able to get a full buy out no matter what happens. So if you can try and make it more expensive, you will. But, you know, Scraw's gonna make sure it doesn't happen. And now Warlock wants to get the opportunity for next hit. Not
Gets one
really
tag.
connecting. There was an opportunity there. Couldn't take it, though. Ignite Red.
But does
take
the
it
bomb
up to
take him
6.
down maybe? No, he gets far away. But oh no!
Oh, no, he does.
Skra gets taken down by the bomb. So that one deagle shot just cost Ignite Red $3,700 at least.
Yeah, he still had some util to play with as well, so it's going to be closer to 4,000 if it wasn't more already. But, you know, the Professionals, they got to think this one through now, because Ignite Red,
They're closing in.
they are closing in quite rapidly too. You also know that this is your first true opportunity. I think mentally, if you shut this one down, you're suddenly all back into the game. If you really, you know, lose this one out, especially if it's, you know, due to a silly reason, then anything can still happen. And this time around, control being taken.
Warlock with the spam to the smoke doesn't really connect a lot, but Walnut is able to open in mid and he gets another one. Where did he get the kill?
Scary stuff. Erwin forced away. Molotov just really not working out right now.
He's going for a peek in front of the smoke, but he gets flashed off. Smoked away. Now Owen is solo. I think they just have to save this round, and it's gonna be 9-7. It's becoming a really close game, a really close affair.
Yeah, and I just don't know how you're supposed to do it in a position like this. It's 6. And at the moment, you know, they're all looking to save over again. Ignite Red, they close down yet another round, and maybe this is where you need a timeout on the Professionals.
Yeah, I would
Keep in
say
mind,
so.
they haven't called one yet, and
They've
this
all
would
four.
be the right moment to do so.
Ignite Red has already called 3 timeouts, and Professionals have not called a single one. And it's nice for Ignite Red as well. They get another nice clean round. They're able to stack up that money a bit more, so they don't have that problem that they had in the first half, where they have to keep forcing and doing low buys. Otherwise, you just can't try to get any rounds.
With 3, you're going to be able to get a decent buyout no matter what. But I think this is also, if you want to utilize the timeouts here in the most gnarly way possible, what you do here, if you're Ignite Red, you call a timeout. You know,
Yeah.
you go think about this one here for a second.
It seems like Professionals decides against the timeout. They already have a plan apparently, and they're just gonna ball. I wonder whether if they're gonna adapt or change something. Seems like they're going pretty aggressive on mid with 4 guys. No, 3 guys, sorry. One goes to the B side. Also pretty aggressive on the B tunnels as well. Maybe Warlock is trying to find an opening, find a aggressive frag. Algorithm goes through the smoke. Manny gets the kill with a nice flash assist from Vasbox. Wardog has to really leave mid alone, otherwise he'll just get overrun. And then the A side is just free for the taking.
Yeah, so this is a great start right now. You know, Urban looking for something to compensate, but Ignite Red really doing a smart decision here. They are not showing themselves by any means, right? They're just saying, okay, you know what? We're going to regroup somewhere, and you won't figure out where until you try and fight us here. So they are getting ready for an ace at execute. They still have some util to make that work also, and the rotations are just going to be a little bit slow. Algorithm has already cleared out main. That is one of the objectives that you need to go for a proper execute.
And Skra is trying to get a fake ready. He's been throwing some util on the other side, and he has 3 people with him on that side. He's doing a great job faking. There's only 1 person on this bomb site for Professionals. And let's see when they are gonna throw the util. The util comes out now. That means the push is coming in a sec. Can Wardog hold this angle and get kills? He gets molly, but the molly is not it's too shallow. Gets a nice dink. Is able to get traded out by Walnutty. This is an easy bomb plant.
Very important trade also you must keep in mind, right? If he doesn't get that, then anything can still happen here. Irwin wants to give that a go, and he was so close. can you imagine if he would have hit that there?
They would have gone for that for sure. With the confidence Owen has.
Yeah, absolutely. Now they're just going to get shut down. And Ignite Red, you know, I think they've just secured an A for you. They're out of there. Professionals, there's nothing they can do apart from save over the AWP. And Ignite Red, only one round away. Keep that in mind. With the CTs yet to really get on the board on the CT side.
Yeah, it's been a flawless T side for Ignite Red so far, and they're really earning money. Owen misses his shot. Does he dive to the... No, he gets saved out by Alpi. Nice trade there from Alpi. Otherwise, that AWP would have gone into the ether. Are they ready for the Ignite Red players? Charging up. He's gonna check the right side. He's not. And they're able to save both weapons. And am I seeing that correctly? Ignite Red is using their last timeout.
Yeah, and this is what I'm talking about. No. It's a technical one. You can tell because it's also blinking on the professional side.
Both sides, my
It's
bad.
a little bit hard to see on the setup that we're using right now because we're both looking at the same laptop screen right now. And I guess that's perks of, you know, being in a, what do you call that? I mean, a kind of, I want to say LAN, studio LAN. I don't think that's the right word for it, but it's kind of how this is going right now. But yeah, this game has just gotten way, way more exciting and anything can still happen. And I'm getting a little bit scary here because what happens now if you get this tied up? Because at that point, mentally, that's going to be devastating. You were, I want to say, was it 9 rounds ahead? No, 6 rounds ahead. Yeah, 6 rounds. 9-3. That was the scoreline. So that was, no, 9-4 in the end, of course. But yeah, that is a big scoreline, big deficit. And now T-side have the momentum, they have the money, and they know exactly what's going on. CT side, you know, they haven't really shown that much. It's making me think, you know what, hey, this could turn around. On the plus side, though, if they steal this away on the CT side now, you know, then anything can still happen on the second map too. But I guess we're going to find out. Not so sure
Also,
exactly what we're waiting for.
Last time when they played each other, it was 4-13 and 6-13. So they've almost already got as many rounds as they did in the entire Best of 2 series. So I'm really proud of Ignite Red and they're actually putting up some nice numbers on the board here.
It's
They're already
not
onto the
easy.
site.
Not easy on LAN either. Albus is going to be able to pick up the first. A must-win fight for the CT side at this point. They will have to see the bomb plant here. Irwin almost getting spammed down. He's still looking to get involved around the smoke. African is going to be able to get one back. Oh, Irwin is playing a risky game here. Can't really go through, can he? There, hits the shot anyways.
Wow.
And this is typical for Irwin, right? Just so confident on the shots. Really causing some chaos here over in the T bomb side defense here. As they've got the bomb planted now. CT is still going to get a move on. That is a double swing. I think that was probably not the smartest decision there by Scrub, but he felt the need to do so. Algorithm up close. Oh, they might just line up for him. He can take the opportunity, and he does win the first on the Tech 9. They're on that bomb now. They need to get him off it. They're spamming left, right, and center. Not able to hit the shot. Knifes out. Is he going to try
He's
and
gonna
go
run
for
into
it?
the...
Oh,
He
no.
can't get him.
Oh, he got him.
He got knifed by... Oh, he got him. He actually got him. Oh my god. He defended him with the knife. What a beautiful defense by Warlock. Keeping his other war friend alive. The Warlock defending the war puppy. Or the dog he's called now.
It's war love between the two.
Yeah. Nice one. And that was a really important round for the professionals. Otherwise it would have been tied up and with such a close round as well. If you lose such a round, your mental is broken. It's tied up. You have no money. But now they're able to just coast, hopefully, after they win this round.
Yeah, and Ignite Red now, you know, they still should not feel defeated. They made such a comeback so far. Awkward shot here. Walnut is still going to win the fight. Warlock going down. That is great news.
Nice
Over
nade on
the
Alpi.
T side.
Doing more than half his HP bar in terms of damage.
Yeah, Walnut only survives on low HP. Is on 1 HP right now. So anything that can do damage in this game is going to kill him at some point. Now,
Scrod trying to walk out of the smoke, but he gets caught off. But Manny's able to get a trade somewhere else.
Rio's going to be able to get another. This is getting hectic now, and Westbox is going to be able to get into the site. Warlock still defending hard. Another M4 kill coming back, and that's a double.
Alpi
That is
drops the bomb.
Dropped.
And now they have to walk back and get it with the two of them.
It's going to be quite the situation here. Alpi's going to be able
Beautiful
to
smoke.
get the smoke down. Westbox is going to get him. Warlock left in the 1v2. T-side out there.
Do they know where he is though? He could have gone anywhere.
Yeah, he's really gone the long way around here. Put in place, gets the first shot off. He gets it, looking for the second now. Oh,
It was
and he's actually
important
gonna flash. Yeah,
It was
30
important to get the
seconds.
kill before the bomb goes down, because now it's hard for the other T to play, because now he has all the map open for himself. Now he doesn't know where to go. Throws a molly down mid, try to fake him out. And does it work on War Dog? It
Warlock's
seems
looking
like-
for this commitment now, but obviously
knows.
when you then don't hear a follow-up, that's where you start second-guessing yourself. After this made noise now, and he's gone for a very open planter. Risky game. You don't know exactly where your opponent's playing from. It's a 1v1. Wardog's got it. A very important frag, securing an 11 for his team. It was not easy.
He had
but
one
they
bullet
have
left.
got it under control.
With 2 bullets left in the chamber, he is able to get a headshot. And get the op and get the defuse. He did it all for his team there. What a nice 1v2 by War Dog. Look at op. He's just looking at his friend like, I wanna get yourself a teammate that looks at you like Alpi doesn't look at the War Dog, man.
Get yourself a girlfriend who looks at you like that, man. I'm jealous. Now, this time around, we are seeing another timeout, and judging by the looks of it, I think it's once again a technical one, because we're not seeing them being run down on either side. So, yeah, 11-8 is what it currently stands on right now. Here in the DCCS Season 3 Split 2 Grand Finals here at here in Eindhoven. We're going to be able to see an AWP out. And this is what it looks like, by the way. We've got the big screen above the players. It's quite the scene, isn't it? I must say, for the resources that they have here, I am really impressed with how this is looking.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that the players are above the stage and you can just really look at them. But this is going to be a really important round right now, because if TSCA is able to win this round and break them, they will have barely any money left for the final round and have to scrap stuff together, get some Mac 10s, maybe one AK here and there, but that will be it. It will be a hard round if they lose this one.
Yeah,
And they don't even have all the util for this one as well. I'm just looking and half of the belts are missing.
I feel like the professionals have finally gotten back to the feeling of being in control. And I think they definitely are right now with how this is showing. But Ignite Red, if they get, 1 or 2 very good rounds of, everything's open again, right? It's going to be 3 players up towards this banana side early. The EU trying to go for that CT side control, so it's going to try and fight to go through. Everyone's spamming, and it's going to be the first kill going the way of Warlock. A spam from the smoke to open up. That is a great start to the round, especially if it is such an important one.
Yeah, Warlock trying to see if they went forward through the smoke, and he's playing aggressively here. Re-smoking it, maybe trying to bait them to push through it. It seems like they're kind of pressing the pause button. One of the most, like I said earlier, pressing the pause button can be one of the most strong tools in your arsenal as a CS player, because they just won't expect it. Ooh, those shots were so close by Warlock. So close to clipping the head there.
Yeah, and it is just one more, right? That's what it feels like on Scrawl right now. And it's so devastating, because this is the round where you want to have impact. But, he won't be allowed to, due to an unfortunate incident in the beginning of the round. And it is really now up to Ignite to find up something creative. And it looks like mid-take's going to be the plan. It's going to cost you a lot of resources, but you might have the opportunity to take another fight. Liu is not going to take
Liu
it.
just falls back as they go. Gets naded on. Can convert the first kill. But Professionals is quick on the trade. They're already here. Owen is waiting in the molly.
The smart play by Irwin then is able to at least get a cheeky kill back now, bringing this to a 1-man advantage here. And Ignite Red don't really have that much resources to work with anymore. You've got a couple nades, 2 flashbangs. It's going to be all you have to do it with. And
there's 3 flashbangs. There goes 1, there goes 2. They're all blind. He's able to get the trades. Now it's a 1v2 for the guy in the
Oh, he wasn't able to force him out. That's scary stuff. Algorithm's still alive. Nate coming in. Need to try and close this gap now. And Algorithm's got it. That means it is 9 rounds secured. A very, very important round right there. They close it out. The CT side not looking too devastated about it. They're still, I think, pretty calm. But that must-win round for Ignite has just gone their way.
And it's 10-9. 1 round away from tying their score record over 2 maps against this team. So they're really popping off today. They're really having nice teamwork together. It seems like they're going out for a fast A push.
Yeah, that smoke usually indicates exactly that, but Warlock's still aggressive. He's going to be forced to fight. He was hoping someone would go through the other side and he would go unnoticed, but no. A quick double entry. Now sure, it's against pistols, but just the fact that you're taking this smoothly right now is also going to help you out so much. Bomb gets denied by Irwin though.
And he also thinks someone else in the process. There's so much damage done.
Oh, it's gone off
Another
again.
Spam. Owen is so clean on the lineup. And it took him so long that Warlock was able to flank through Donut. Look at the HPs. This is so scary now. One shot from the Deagle will just kill them.
Oh, this is not what I'm liking, and only you's got to be able to get another. You know, how is Irwin still alive in a position like this?
He's still full HP.
This never should have happened in the first place. And the bomb yet to be planted now. 1 minute left to play with. Finally, it's going down. Trying to close the gap. Irwin's got another 1v1, and he's got it!
Oh, what a clean round by Irwin. Holy shit.
Oh, you
This
can-
guy-
you can swear. Go for it.
Holy shit, this guy is good, man. I didn't know Irwin would be playing on this team. Like, I've had this guy on my friends list since 2016. And back then, he was already like one of the best CS players I know. And every time when someone asks me, who's the best CS player you know, I always call him out. I always say, it's Irwin, man. Irwin is one of the best and smartest players I've ever had the chance to play with.
I mean, he is just so flashy in these kind of situations. And, you know, obviously you need a little bit of luck on your side. But even then, he has just performed. And it is absolutely stunning.
And look at the weaponry for Ignite Red, right? What I said, if they were to lose one round there, it's one AK, a little bit of util, and the rest is just pistols.
I was for a second thinking it was going to be a desperation B-rush here. But Ignite, no, it's going to be towards Cave.
They know about Warlock, he missed his jump, so they know they're spamming as well, so they know there's two people, and they just decide to back off.
You know, I don't mind this at all. But I think for Irwin, it's fair to say the hairstyle is really doing him good here.
Yeah.
12 to 9 it is here. And for the people that are watching the stream, on the player cams, he's the guy that looks like Jesus. I think it's fair to say,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I like to make that comparison.
Yeah, but I also get that comparison myself all the time. Well, let's see what Warlock can do from this nice cubby angle. Gets one, is able to get traded out. Owen gets
Oh, left on low HP there. Oh, if Manivat were able to just get that last kill.
Did you see that nade bounce, huh? How did that nade bounce back like that?
Yeah, edges on this map are weird. But can you imagine if they followed up onto Irwin there? If he would have gone down there, I think that would have been round over. Now he's actually on the top. He's back on 3 HP. Deagle fight's not going anywhere.
The bomb is not down, not in their control as well. Now he just has to walk back. Manivat has to walk back and clutch this 1v3 by himself with 2 flashes and an M4.
1v3 to try and stay alive in this map here. If you lose it, you're gonna lose the first map. And well, the smoke's not gonna help him.
And he
Spam
does
is there. Liu's got it, and that means it is 13 to 9.
first map win for Professionals. As expected, but a lot closer than everybody else here expected.
Well, at least if you compare it to the first map, right? Because I was thinking to myself, not first map, the first half, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking, okay, this is soon going to be quite devastating, but you know they managed to make it work. But I'm curious to see what our analysts are gonna think of this one, because for me, I do think that I want to see just a little bit more out of the other side, right? I know that the professionals, they have the individuals, they are able to step up, and we are 100% sure that they can deliver any map because they have those individuals. The other side, we're not seeing it as much, but you know, I must say, one side was looking way better than the other, and it makes me think, what can they do on the second map? I'm curious what your thoughts are, but map 2, I know one thing is going to be a banger.
Yeah, Anubis is the next map. Other side's pick, so it's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, obviously, we are expecting to see a little bit more out of the other side, but I think it is only time that we figure this out. It is time to switch over to the analyst desk to see what their thoughts are.
Yeah, welcome back after this pretty interesting game in the end.
Yeah,
it started off with, a really nice pistol round from Ignite, picking up. And then there was a little bit of a force buy going on by Pop Professionals, which swung a little bit, into a Brazil scenario, 7-1. Maybe let's talk about that second round. What happened exactly there?
Yeah, the second round, Paul Professionals forced into the round, and they managed to convert it. Ignite didn't really play properly together, and Paul Professionals came ahead, and that really gave them the momentum. Like the pistol round is one of the most important rounds, but if you have the second round, yeah, that's a convert. And we saw this issue coming more and more from Ignite Red, converting the easier rounds.
Yeah, I think we noticed a little bit of a mid-round issue going on from Ignite at the very beginning, but they called a timeout, right? And then after that, they managed to convert at least their second round of the first half. What do you think they talked about during that timeout, and what helped?
Well, I think within that 7-1 round gap, right? They lost a lot of retakes. That was a very big weakness of Ignite Red, where they would play a bit more passive, and professionals would retake the site, retake space, and then they would get onto the site, because Ignite Red would not have the util to hold them back, and they would just force the issue a lot, right? So I think that was a talking point that they had. They probably wanted to try to take that space early, right? And that's exactly what they did in that second round that they won. They took that lane space really early and they held on to it, and professionals just couldn't have a response. They tried to go back, but it was too late.
And I mean, after that, they managed to get quite a few rounds back to back on their own, which brought it a little bit closer. But when the side switched, they kept their momentum going, right? Winning both pistol rounds in the end of this entire game. But there was also quite a few clutches going on. More specifically, I believe it was round 13 where we saw a really pretty clutch. What do you think that went wrong on the side of Paul Professionals?
Do you have a replay of the clip?
Do we have replays? We do not have replays.
Unfortunate.
Yes. But I mean, I can try to describe it real quick. It was the one where, I mean, it was basically a flick going on. I don't exactly know how to explain it.
From Paul Professionals won the round, right?
No, it was Ignite Red who won the round, yes.
Ignite. We like we said, we expected Paul Professionals to pop off, have individual form, but Ignite can do the same. Ignite Red also had great individuals, showing they're capable of winning those rounds. What mattered the most, especially in the later half, and when they began to streak on the T side, they really showed good defaults towards mid and also towards lane, where they just knew how to play off each other and together.
And I think, we obviously have to talk about the round where there was a knife kill going on in the smoke.
Yeah.
A little bit of a chaotic round. Very entertaining for at least for us to watch here live. I hope for the viewers at home as well. Can you explain a little bit of the chaos that happened there?
You saw the Ignite Red going for a B take very early in the round. They blocked off lane and Pop Professionals had a big focus on mid, and they just took B very fast. Owen was still in the side, the upper, but they just managed to evade him and take the space. And at the end, they all came out of cave. The crossfires were not that great, and the bomb was awkwardly planted, I assumed, and the knifing just, it was crazy round.
And I mean, obviously, Pop Professionals managed to get away with the game, but there were quite a few important swing rounds that happened where they managed to get the upper edge. Can you please try to at least describe maybe what was that slight advantage that made it?
Well, it was that forced buy round, the Professionals against Ignite Red, and Ignite Red should have had that round, right? They missed that donut smoke, gave them a lot of space, gave Professionals a lot of space to work with to be able to spam bomb, and Ignite Red just couldn't get the bomb down because they were in such an uncomfortable position, right? And because of that, Professionals could just push them to the limit, get them uncomfortable, and I think it was Erwin who clutched, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Erwin who clutched that round with the MP9 in donut, and afterwards it was a bit of a snowball. Ignite Red just couldn't get anything done afterwards, right? That pretty much set the end of the game.
Yeah, and exactly. Ultimately, they managed to win the pick of Ancient. The second map is going to be Anubis. We will be getting into a quick break right now, and then please stay to watch it as well. And welcome back for us getting ready for the next map, or more specifically, the players getting ready for the next map, and us yapping a little bit. Anubis, what do we expect?
Interesting things, in my opinion. TSCA Professionals, it's one of their favorite bans, right? They ban it, I think it's the second ban or so. So they don't really have a lot of reps on it, but it's one of the favorite maps from Ignite Red. So we're expecting Ignite Red to be very comfortable on this, but obviously I think Professionals picked into it, left it floating for a reason. Because we heard some talks, some leaks. We heard some talks from Professionals that they were looking at some Anubis things. So maybe they come prepared here. Maybe they have anti-shredded Ignite Red, but I think we're in for an interesting time.
But we talked a little bit in between or during the break about more specifically the last round, but how important it's also going to be for Anubis, and that is both teams mid control, especially on CT.
Yeah.
Can we talk a bit more maybe about that?
Yeah, on CT side, last map, they were both really weak, both teams. And it's more important on Anubis since Anubis is the most decided map of all the maps in CS2, active duty right now. And I really wonder what will happen on mid and on A, because if the T side takes away the control, CTs have to react and take it back. And I hope we can see both teams be more active, be more together, com-wise and strat-wise, and take control back. I've also heard, indeed, that the PAL Professionals played it a little bit, looked at some strats. So I hope they can also just bring a good game instead of both weak CT side.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, PAL Professionals are also starting on T side, I believe. Do you think that maybe winning the first map, it's not super close, but still a victory, nonetheless, and possibly having the possibility of rolling the ball a little bit, gaining a little bit of momentum, do you think that might also have an effect a little bit on the mental of Ignite Red players?
I think so. I think Ignite Red, especially coming quite close to tying that scoreline, having that important swing round, losing the anti-eco or the anti-force, probably paid a bit of a mental toll on their minds, right? And I think that if they can't reset between these maps, and obviously with Professionals starting on the T side, on a T-sided map, they could just steamroll them. I obviously don't hope that happens. I hope it's a close game. It's going to be interesting for us to watch, but it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah. And, well, obviously, we also have a new analyst on the desk as well. Does he have anything to say about the next map?
I don't really have anything to say.
Amazing analyst, right?
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
almost like we bought them.
It's here for the vibes, He's here for the vibes, nothing more.
Yes. I mean, hey, hopefully we're going to get into map 3, I think we all want to see it. I think we all want to see Ignite bounce back. They were really close to doing so. But we are getting ready to hand it over to our casters right now for the second map of Anubis. So we will see you after the game.
Hello and welcome back to the second map. It's Ignite's Red's pick this time, so Professionals is allowed to pick the site themselves. So hopefully they'll get this pistol and start rolling.
Yeah, I'm expecting him to pick the T side, obviously.
Yeah.
This time around, I think it's fair to say, maybe we underestimated Ignite a little bit.
I think
that's a fair conclusion, right?
I think they've grown a lot since the last time they've played.
And now it's just a question of how do you, convert this now? How do you convert your nerves here? How do you make sure that you keep calm? How do you make sure you win your own map pick? Because keep in mind, if they lose, they are out. And then, we have a winner of the Dutch Student League. But I guess we're going to find out. Map 2 about to get underway. It is going to be, at least as far as I can tell, Anubis with, quite some fireworks lining up right now. Everyone's in the service, so it shouldn't be too long until I get going. And do you want to go for a little bit of a prediction here?
Yeah, I would say it's going to be 13-8 or 39 again.
For
Professionals, of course.
Okay, so you're still believing in the 2-0.
I think
was
it's a
going to
2-0.
go the same route, but I think this one might go to overtime. I think now, last score went. Now the fact that they're more comfortable on their own map, I think this might be an overtime affair. But we're going to find out. We are on their way. Pistol round coming out. Ignite Red starting off on the T side.
Seems like they want to do something fast and mid and decent nade. Get 2 kills. Warlock with a nice double.
Okay, now we are. It is going to be quite the aggression here up, and it's going to be the professionals getting kill after kill after kill. They've made their way into the site. Now it is going to be Walnutty here together in a little bit of a clutch here with Skra. Wardog's holding this. He can't manage a single, but now they know where they're both are. They can now fall back in towards position. Walnutty picks up a second. They were going to try and see if they can go forward. They will, but they'll be taken out. Alp is going to get one. Warlock with the second. And the professionals, they win that pistols. They go back to their winning ways in map number 2.
And what a nice entry from Warlock in the middle there. He got 2 taps right back to back. I didn't even see the second guy. I didn't think he would get both there. Now it's a strong start. Seems like Ignite Red is going for some ecos. Probably gonna rush down mid or rush down B somewhere. Don't see any flash, so they're not going for a flash play. Or they're just gonna stack behind the double doors.
Yeah, you know the tough part about this one, at least that's how I view it here, is, you know, you have your own mapping, but it comes to the disadvantage of always starting on the most difficult side. And, you know, this is a map that we're seeing 55 to maybe even close to 60% win rate for the T side on. And you're starting off on the CT side. So if you really get messed up here, that's going to get into your head. Even those statistically might not always be bad. Good spray for Leo for 2, but he can't manage another one. Walnutty now looking to take the weapon away. Warlock with another, make it a second. Last player spotted into middle.
And he gets the third as well. That's a nice injection of cash into his pocket. A nice $1,800.
1800 right there, yeah.
And he is able to save the AK that was dropped as well. So plus even more money that you don't have to spend.
Essentially, you've only lost the Mac 10 this round,
Yeah.
right? And I think that is probably the second best result you can get, I suppose.
Yeah, you lost the Mac 10. The Mac 10 got 3 kills, so you even made money on the weapon.
Yeah, you did. And now, coming into the next round, we're seeing the standard smokes coming out here, right? Landing into water and those kind of things. So, nothing out of the ordinary as of yet. And I wonder how creative professionals are going to get here, right? They have that advantage by, well, quite a big margin now. They are up in map 2. They don't need to invent anything. They can just try and take it easy. Spam's coming out, not really connecting anything as of yet here. Acronym is also going to try. Can't really seem to make it happen. Now Alpi walking up close towards the smoke, looking to fight around it.
Waiting for the smoke to fade, and now they can play the double swing, but Alpi goes in a bit too soon while his teammate was still holding the Molotov. And his Molotov isn't deep enough to push him out of the corner. Owen gets pushed back by a respectful CT Molly himself. And professionals look kind of indecisive. They don't know where to go.
I feel like they were thinking, okay, we could probably get cave or we can get middleware and then make a decision. But unfortunately, one of those plans has been denied. Erwin hits the shot. Maybe his cross shouldn't have re-aggressed there, but I guess he felt the need to do so. That might accelerate him in towards this B side. Shots connecting by Warlock. Important frag one, and he needs more than one here. Can't do it.
Runs out of
Side
bullets.
open. And now, sure, Warlock's left on low HP, but you're gonna get a bomb plant coming in soon. And Ignite, they want to try and recover, but I don't know how they plan on doing that.
They have to wait for that smoke to fade, and they only have one molly to work with. They can't even flash themselves in. There's another molly in the CT area as well, so even the other guy can push, and the smokes gets replenished as well. How are they going to get through this? I don't think they can. I think you should just call this one off, but they're trying to go for it. They get a nice opening
And now
on
you
Warlock.
can push for that
Yeah.
smoke.
Is there a kit for the team? No, I don't think there's a kit in play. Gets the first kill. He thinks the other guy's back behind him, but no, he's not, and he gets killed by War Dog. Decides not to pick up the AK that was on the floor there. Maybe he just likes the silencer to spam through the smokes.
That's what I was thinking on middle, maybe, perhaps. But, you know, in the end, I think it's fair to say that was a little bit scary for them, but they managed to make it work. And this is where we need the Ignite side, right? If you could just get a double kill there, you know, things are just looking so much more comfortable. Calling the timeout early, I'm not against that at all. I think that's actually a pretty wise decision. Utilize them while you still can. And the professionals so far winning, maybe a little bit sketchier than I would have liked. And once again, being helped by the individuals, right? If they are not showing up, then they're losing this round.
Yeah. And I also got to say, they go for this timeout, but there's not really a lot they are bringing into the round themselves. So they might use this timeout and then use the round itself as like an extra timeout. It's on it extra. Or they might, oh, I see a Nova being bought now. They might be going for some cheeky, aggressive plays. Also see 2 nades, a smoke, and a deagle.
I mean, I get it. You know, just go for something. You know, just go for something crazy. Maybe it will work out. It's not like you have anything to lose anyways. But you know, I think maybe an MP9 would have been better. It's not that much more expensive.
Yes, like $200 more expensive, but if you get a kill with a shotgun, and if you're in a cheeky corner, you can get multiple.
That is true, and I guess around the smoke you get when you disappear back, there's nothing they can do. Yeah, they plan on keeping him. I'm trying to see, does he have anything with it? No util at least.
No util, no nothing, no armor. I think he's gonna sit in cave. Or E-box, however you want to call it.
Yeah, or you could send them out around the smoke, but I guess we're gonna find out. I can see a couple angles where it does make sense. Obviously, it's not a map where the shotgun is as effective as let's say Nuke per se. Good nade, by the way, but it's gonna be replied with to a double. Already the first entry by Warlock, but it's gonna get taken out. Now more shots connecting. Warlock's gonna be able to get one more. It gets two, but there is a trade. This is getting expensive, and this is also information going either way.
Oh, Aaron sees the flash, so he knows there's one guy there. Walnut gets caught on the cross in mid, and now it's just on Vespot with the USP, and there's no way you can win that round with 15 HP to his name.
Yeah, it is a 4th one out there. Also, just want to say quick shout out to Observer Links. She's been killing it so far.
Yeah.
And on the 4th, now we do see the professionals really getting things going for them.
And there we see the
op.
op.
Right? This is going to be interesting, right? Can it deliver? And first of all, where do you put it, right? I can see A main being an option, mid's an option, B is an option.
What, yeah,
Water peak aggressively,
water
perhaps.
peak.
So many positions where the op could be used in a versatile way. And the professionals should know that it is a possibility at least. They don't know for certain until it's fired. But they should really consider that it is out there. But I guess we're going to find out. Both
Right now it's
teams
being
now
held on the
full
B
light.
side.
It's going to be very, very important. Looks like we've got a small lag. No, we're back in. Okay, that's the most important part. Dancing around that smoke. Alpium are trying to go aggressive here. Scross on the other side. Just looking to dance around with the util. Nade might do good damage. It's going to be deep enough.
And that's enough nade damage to get that one-tap headshot in, and that's the most important nade damage as a CT, is those first 15 to 20 points of damage, so you can one-tap someone after that.
Yeah, you've got that opportunity now. Looking to aggress here, Ignite Red, and util's coming out. They're looking to fight, and Warlock can't
with
hit
the
it.
spray.
Yeah, if you could just get the one there, it's got more opportunities. But now, just how do you get back in? They are actually not even looking to re-aggress. They're just looking to take it easy, making sure that they don't lose cave. Alpi's going to hear that Molotov coming down. The professionals need a decision fast here. What do you do? Ignite Red was looking to set up for the double up, right? The classic bait and switch you have in a position like this. Very hard to clear if set up correctly. This time around it's not going to be happening though. We see the flashbangs coming out. Good shot. Where's that all for now? It's way further back.
He wasn't able to get it straight.
Yeah, the util is just going to make sure that he goes down without firing a single bullet.
He can't get behind the cake. A nice 180 by Walnutty, but he's not able to get the kill, and that's the side swarmed. But is Vespox able to get the kill? Yes, it's a really important one. But look at the professionals. Irwin has probably made the call that he thinks they're all full rotating. Oh no, they just forgot the bomb. And now they're forced to full rotate.
Oh,
but at least Alpi is going to be on the side before the other team is looking
I
close.
think he's just about got it, right? Oh, it's going to be so close.
Yes.
He has just about gotten that bomb planted, and that was pretty scary. Shame we weren't able to see. I would have loved to see
how close
that one goes down. It's a 2-on-2 now in the end. And Ignite Red, they need to try and get their stuff together. Looking to walk up straight from water. Squaw's going to go down. The second player joining him.
They
I like
must
this,
have heard
though.
both sounds. But they must have heard both drop sounds.
Yeah, they can set up for this now, but I do like how they're sticking together. And here they come.
But look at this
right out
beautiful
at
crossfire, but Alpi swings too soon.
Oh, the spray is good.
And Erwin is just too good, man. He's been the clutch minister. People call Xipnix clutch minister, but this guy, man, I think it's his 4th clutch this series.
Yeah, he's been on it, but you could also argue, why is he being put in those positions every single time? And I think that's he's not even like that passively or baiting, because he's looking to create the space, but sometimes everyone around him just disappears, right? Some rounds he's getting the help, he doesn't need to do anything.
Yeah.
In other rounds he's always lost a life, left to pick up the pieces, because he doesn't get the same opportunity his teammates do in a position like this. But 0-5, time out being called here. And fair to say this is getting a little bit out of hand?
Yeah. And I had a little chat with Erwin in between maps. And he said that they were playing great on Ancient, but they were throwing too many rounds in middle. They said they were not defaulting good enough. They were losing too many opening frags at the start. It was also because he said that since they have not the main lineup here playing right now, there's one stand-in, I think. It's just been so hard for them to adapt those rules. For example, they had 2 players playing mid that normally never play mid. So those role clashes, maybe that's why we saw them struggle on Ancient a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they were doing well up until the first point, and then when it really got bad is when they couldn't get that economy going. And that just makes me wonder, would it have been the same if they ecoed that second round, right? Then they would have had a full buy-in immediately. But anyways, No way for us to tell. We've got a timeout on our hands here, and I think it's fair to say there's plenty to discuss here
Yeah.
for Ignite at least.
Ignite must be talking like their mouths must be on fire from all the talking they must be doing. How they can change stuff and adapt on how the professionals are exploiting their openings.
Yeah, I mean, that is, I think, the best way to put this right now. They're being exploited. The rotations are always so difficult, and once
Look at
again,
that.
oh,
2 openings with a
no.
Mac 10. They expected the money to be low, and I think if we would be able to see that replay, it would probably just be 2 one-tap headshots because they were so low on money and they just needed that util. That's the trade-off you have to make. Am I risking it playing against that Mac 10? Because if he comes around the corner flying and he's in the air, he just hits 1 headshot on you, you're done for, and you can't respond to that.
No, and it's also
Oh,
just
what a
what do you
shot
do
from
now, right? The
Wardog.
bomb's already been planted. It's just, it's so devastating when you get a double entry like that because you finally have the round where you're supposed to do damage, and what happens? You just get run down by a Mac 10. Everyone gets reset. The professionals, they keep winning round number 6 so far. Ignite yet to come on the board, and I must say, this is just not going the way that I expected it to.
No, I thought they would, after that timeout, I thought they would be able to make a little change, but it seems like professionals were expecting the change they made and just exploited it again and exploited a new problem you find. And the problem they found was they didn't have money for head armor.
Yeah, I think it's just also, it's a risk that I understand because you're expecting to be up against AKs, but, you know, he still took the opportunity, he read it well, and it's just so devastating because, you know, they just absolutely melt through him like it's a knife on hot butter. And now, well, you have buy start anything but pretty. And I just wonder, how do you get the most out of this now? Because you know you're on a low buy. And once again, this time around it's Leo opening up. He's gonna get, I was gonna say 2, but no, the flashback just about saves.
But
then it's-
Wardog gets 2 on the other side of the map. They're catching all these aggressive plays. They're not allowing Ignite Red to feel for any turf. They can't. They're not allowed to push. They're just getting shut down again and again and again. And even Erwin taking him with him to the grave with the Molotov.
Yeah, already, you know, getting the kill after that he died. But that doesn't matter though, because it's good enough. 0-7. Ignite just not out there, nowhere to be seen on the map. And it hasn't been that they have had many close rounds either, right? They've had that 1-2-on-2, I suppose, in the first buy round. That was a good opportunity that they had. But other than that, it's felt rather dumb. And that one situation where obviously we saw the clutch.
Yeah.
Other than that, it just feels like the professionals are in control. And this time around, it's a little bit of a better start. Algorithm is going to be able to open up onto Warlock here. First player already down and 4 more to go.
And look at that. He's just by himself with the AWP, and the other 4 just have MP9s. And with a nice flash, those MP9s can deal a lot of damage. If you get up close, they are able to upgrade both of those MP9s into full-fledged rifles. So now, with a 2-man advantage, this might be their round.
I want to say this is very, very good right now. It's almost a lineup there. If he would have gotten 2 on that spray, things would have looked differently. Urban tries it from up close, can't do it. His teammate's helping him out massively right now. He needs to find his frag on the player that's left on low HP, but it's costing them time on this rotate. You're just not able to take anyone down. It's so awkward. Molotov inflation. Just try and get a move on. You can't make it happen. Urban already had to fall back there. Just no way you can stay alive in a position like that on the AWP.
And he's just now he's just locked in. Skras behind him. And he will die here, probably. Yep, nice headshot from Skra. Good positioning there, just to have him locked in, nowhere to go. And that's them on the board. Brazil, 1-7.
What I do notice here is I don't know if you saw that on the player camera right now for Erwin, but it seems like he's, I don't want to say frustrated, but he looked a little bit fluttered there. Probably thinking, you know, we could have had that cleanly, but I think at that point, you know, you just need to shake it off if you want to keep that good mental going. Because keep in mind, worst case scenario, you lose 4 in a row, you're still taking a lead over to the CT side.
Yeah, they already got the lead secured by winning 7 rounds over here. Oh, and trying to go for a pick, but Algorithm actually able to pick him off. That's another opening for Ignite Red. Oh, they're actually playing the double op. I didn't even notice. Skra and Algorithm are both opping.
Yeah, that's the upside of losing so many rounds in a row. And now you've got that loss bonus on the controller, you're getting money, and then you win one fairly convincingly, and all of a sudden you're the richest team in the server, weirdly as that is.
Yeah. And now with a man disadvantage, it seems like Professionals is a little bit lost. They don't know which side to go to, but it seems like they're picking the correct side by going to A here. There's 3 people on the B side stacked up together. One holding mid. Oh, wait. I keep thinking the smoke is a T or a CT.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard to tell, at least for us, because we're on a tiny laptop screen for your comparison at home. Obviously, if you're watching from home, you've probably got your main monitor hooked up, or if you're somewhere here on campus, because that's where we are right now, you have the big screen to be watching on. We have a massive watch party coming out there. Leo with a good entry now. They just need to get by algorithm. He's missed a shot. That
Nice
allows
jiggle.
opportunities. First players cross. That smoke is gonna really help out. You gotta be careful if you jump above it. Warlock's gonna be able to get one more. Advantage found. One needs to be planted though. Algorithm can't take it. 1 with a trade. Still a 3-on-3, but the bomb has finally been planted.
And there's not that much util left for the CT side. There goes the last Molotov for the T's. Oh, and the only flash they had is whiffed. And now Liu with a nice kill on Walnut, and they just decide to save
rounds.
both ops. They have both ops, no kit, no util, no round.
It's frustrating, right? That was supposed to be their round. That was the opportunity they had to crawl back in, and immediately Professionals go back to winning. I think, at least to me, it is a little bit unfortunate for them. You know, just
Yeah.
the ops are the least versatile in a position like that, where you need to clear so many angles at once. And, you know, they're also going to get no breathing room whatsoever here. It looks like they're going to be fine saving over. They were trying to hunt him down. Ignite Red, you know, they save over their ops. They'll have money coming in next. But, you know, the maximum they can get in the half right now is already 4. And a 1-8 scoreline, that is
Pretty
pretty
rough.
brutal.
Yeah. And look at the boys, look at the professional boys just sitting there, so chill, so relaxed. It seemed like that, everything in control. No
They're
stress
having-
to be seen.
They're having a little bit of fun as well. And I
Yeah.
think that is the most important premise of this all. Because keep in mind, this Dutch Student League is also being run by both students. So far, though, yeah, I think so far the atmosphere of this is just been really great.
And look at the minimap. All 9 players that are still alive are all in this little area, just stacked around each other.
It's the tiniest map I've ever seen. Come on, guys, the map's bigger than this. But, you know, the professionals tried to get out there aggressively, couldn't do it, and are now going to go fight for control elsewhere.
Yeah, it seems like they're gonna go down through mid, and they have 2 players holding that angle, but one chooses to rotate to the A side because that's a big gap. And in this time, they could have made it there. It's one of the biggest things you have to know as a CS player, those timings. If I see someone there, how long does it take him to rotate to the other side? So you have the perfect timings on them.
Yeah, so there's one player who's rotated all the way through the back line. That costs more time, but
Oh,
it
that
is
was
the
almost a
safer
collab.
option. Almost gets it. Just imagine that he gets it. Just a second, I think our producer might be joking here. I think, is he okay? Okay, we're just making sure. Leo and Erwin getting kills themselves. And now, all of a sudden, they have a bomb side. It's a 3-on-3. How the rotations are so far away. You can't just rotate anyone away.
And
because
look
they could just be holding, right?
Wardog. He's behind them, and he's gonna go for the
No
knife, right?
No,
No, he didn't go for the knife. Okay, we've not seen a knife attempt. Not even an attempt. Kind of sad.
I think eventually it will come, maybe the last round or something, they'll try it. It's no easy task, and Warda closing out another 1-9 right now. And
Scrub and kind of troubled with the op there, but in such a position where you're getting swung from 3 different angles, you don't know where to shoot. You just shoot in the middle.
yeah, I
That
think,
happens.
honestly, for the situation they're in, Ignite Red is still kind of calm. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they're keeping their composure as much as that is possible, and I very much admire that. You could tell that Skrull was a little bit frustrated after missing that op shot. But the main, to me, important lesson here is don't let it get to your head, because then you're going to be in even more trouble. We are on the way round number 11, 2 to go on the T side. The professionals looking for round number 10 here already. I can't believe I'm saying those words in one sentence.
Yeah.
But yeah, this time round, absolutely devastating.
After such a close affair on the first half, on the first map, now it's turning into a stomp, which is kind of sad. But I think they can still turn this around. I think this round they have a good chance.
I mean, keep in mind, it's a repetition. It might be a repetition of last game. It took very long
Yeah.
for them to activate, but once they were there, they had things under control.
And
right?
it was the T side where they really popped off on their side as well. So
Statistically, it's the easier side no matter what.
Mhm.
It's going to be Algorithm with a good kill. Wardock is the first one to go down here.
and there's a little lurk in mid, and they don't know about him, but they are holding for him. But they don't know which side he's coming from. So the guy
That's
on
the
the
scary
side
part now.
he doesn't know where he is. He's looking at the wrong angle. He might get shot in the back, but the guy turns around and he's just in time. Algorithm with a good kill. Manny keeping him safe from the A main side, and he gets killed. But hopefully there will be soon a real trade.
It's it's not too bad. It's definitely holdable here, but you need your rotations to come in quickly. Good spray down here. Algorithm is really delivering right now. Sure, he goes down eventually. And oh no, look at that. Warlock's picked up another. He's cleared from middle. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. They have the reads. They have everything. And Skra is just so far away right now. And this is where that extra experience that they have, the extra kind of level they have to the game really shows off. You know, you're thinking the round's over. No, they have a surprise element, and they're looking to take it once again. 1-10 is going to be the scoreline. Skra saves over, and this is just probably one of the biggest stomps I have seen in a long, long while. And I watch a lot of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, you do. You do watch a lot of CS. And let's see if he's able to save this, because it doesn't seem like they're hunting for that. Oh yeah, so it's a free M4 for Skra. He's allowed to save it. Warlock trying to see if he can find him somewhere, but he's nowhere close. And they don't even, I think they don't want to lose their money themselves, which is weird because they're stacked in his last round.
I guess he just doesn't want to give him an AK. I think that is probably why. You know, you are not gaining much by taking it out because you have the loss bonus. You're also not, you are risking losing an AWP or an AK, and that could just give him the edge in the last round. But yeah, last round of the half here. Can you believe a 1-10 scoreline? Because for me, it still feels a little bit surreal.
I have to.
It's on my screen, but it doesn't make sense to me.
Well, there goes their third timeout, and Professional is still yet to take a single timeout this entire series, and Ignite Red are really using theirs. They love to talk.
And I don't mind that at all. I think that's actually a pretty
Yeah,
wise
of course, it's a really
decision,
good thing, but especially the Professionals right now, there's no reason for them to take a timeout. Then you just give them a free timeout.
Or you do it just for BM.
Yeah. Just take 4 on the last round.
Yeah, and you could just tell here, you know, it is currently 20 seconds until we go live again with the last round of the half and a 1-11 scoreline. Can you imagine if the last map of a grand finals is going to be 13-1?
I have to, I guess, but I really want Ignite Red to show up for this last round, because I think they've been so close so many times, but they just can't get that last little push over the edge.
About to find out. 10 seconds until we get going with the last round of the half here. And keep in mind, this is Ignite's red pick, just to make it even worse.
Yeah. But then, what did we talk about? They were able to pick the side on the first map and not on the second. And even though it might not be their pick, I've seen Professionals still play a lot of Anubis, and they're really good on this map.
I think no matter what, you're going to feel like you're at a disadvantage coming into the veto of this, right? And that's just because you know that the individuals can always shine. Now, the way I want to be seeing this personally is, you know, sure, the stats aren't in your favor. CT side distribution is a little bit off on this map compared to most of the other maps, although Counter-Strike in general has become more and more T-sided by the looks of it. But even then, you know, a 1-10 is just never going to be good enough. And especially if you get a double kill against you right there. Liu opening up together with Warlock. Now they can sprint towards the A side, and it's looking like it's all empty. I don't see a player out there. They've got the side. What do you do here?
You plant the bomb, find nice post-plant positions, and just trade. Just slowly trade the kills, and you can't lose a round. No, the flash is coming over. Alpi will be blind. Oh, but he wasn't blind enough, and he gets 1, 2. And will he be able to finish it with a tic-tac-toe? 1, 2, 3.
You're not able to fully confirm that the last player is there, because it could have been the second guy who flashed in, but you're still thinking of that option. And sure, Skra can get the one, but he's going to go down afterwards. 1-11 here. We've watched 12 rounds of Counter-Strike, and yet one of the teams is already 2 rounds away from taking it all. It's going to be Ignite Red moving on to the T side now.
And that's where they did the best work on Ancient. So let's see if they can win the pistol. Winning the pistol, of course, it was a must in the previous game. So in the one where they're down even more, it's even more of a must. If they lose the next round, it's basically just GG. So let's see what they want, what kind of plan they cooked up. Are they going A? Are they going mid? Are they going B? It seems like they're doing a similar pistol round as Professionals was doing, but Warlock is able to get the kill.
Now
they drop down.
Straight down towards his B side. They're making a lot of noise here. The plan is so obvious, but it's still hard to stop because they're just finding safety in numbers right now. I think they might be good securing a bomb plant here. But first they want to make sure they clear out the B side. Don't mind that at all, but now the taps are coming in. This is costing valuable time. Bomb finally gets planted, but look at the who's already close. The gap is Liu. He's going to be able to get the one. And now Warlock with another one. And there's the retake. Very successful. 12-1. The
Warlock with
TSCA Link
Warlock with 3
professionals.
nice kills. He's 17 and 6. We didn't even notice it at all.
No, but everyone's having good sets moment. But I just want to point out here, the TSCA Link professionals are 1 round away from winning the Dutch Student League Season 3 Split 2.
Lifting the trophy again. Even though it was a different lineup last split, they won it as well. So let's see if they can do it back to back. As we're seeing a nice shot of the ventilation shafts.
Yeah, I think they were trying to film the crowd.
Yeah,
but,
it's a hard angle from
I
up
think
there.
it's mainly the lighting that is screwing you over there because there's not enough natural light coming in, and the fact that we have only got 1 camera and it's not a static camera doesn't help with that either. Yeah,
I do love that we have the actual player shots. I didn't expect that here to have the free flowing camera, free walking camera.
it does add a little bit of flair, and Ignite Red calling a timeout here. The worst part is, oh yeah, it is. You're correct. You know, I think it's mainly just the most frustrating thing here, to me at least, is there's a good chance Ignite Red will not be able to get a buy round out on the T
Nope.
side at all.
And I don't know if you saw that, but I did spot it right before we went to the players. You know what Leo has in his inventory? He bought a P90.
Oh, he did. I didn't notice it.
Yeah.
Yet. No, but
They're gonna go fast. Look, he has P90. He's gonna go fast. Let's see what they want to do with that. I think they just want to run it down in mid or something. Just funny end.
Normally, you know, if you're T side, you'd be calling like a Hail Mary A rush.
Yeah.
Just everyone out with P90s just for ultimate BM. They can't do that yet, but they are setting up. Oh, I think they're going to throw flashbangs and then try and peek. I think that's the plan. Albi's trying to keep him busy. That will buy them some time here. Now they all fight at once. It's awkward. It's a 2-on-2 trade. Now you could try and accelerate, but the thing is there's still another player hiding on the side. So it's not easy to get in there
Oh, he
yet,
gets
and everyone will
double
deny.
dinged. And now it's just 2 Mac 10s versus an MP, a P90 and 2 M4s. So it's gonna be a really hard fight. But look at Leo, he's pushing up. Gets 1. No, he doesn't. He's not able to convert with the P90s. And now they're gonna try to go mid to B, I think.
I
No.
think they can
No,
wait.
they'll just-
They don't
yeah,
need to make a
They
decision
just pause.
right now.
They just pause. But where is... Oh, is he outside? Oh, he's outside. He's gonna
Oh,
get
he's-
spotted.
Yep, and there's the adjustment. Still
Gets
gets one
one.
anyways. Impressive.
Almost gets a second.
Oh, he stayed alive. That's so frustrating. Goes for it
Oh,
again.
nice
90 takes him
P90
out.
jump. attack.
1v1 to stay alive. He's gotten 3 kills already, man. How do you even get this started here? Sorry, 3 kills already. That's during the entire match. Whoops.
It's a 1v1 now.
Even the producer's laughing at me at this point.
It's hard to see on this small screen, man. But he's going through mid, and Urban seems like he knows something. He's slowly scurrying back, and he's...
Oh, if he just holds like this, that would be so frustrating. If you walk into that, then, you know, the least expected angle. But no, it's going to be Vestbox going up towards the A side. He's being chased already here. 10 seconds to get this one planted. Every single second that he's taking means that Urban's going to get closer and closer. M4 gets out there, 1v1.
It is the half advantage for Vaspox, though. That's real nice. It's just one headshot, and he's dead. And he gets the body shots, and we can extend play. We do extend play. They doubled up the rounds. Vaspox might not have had that many kills this round, this entire game, but the kills he gets...
This is impact.
It's impact. It's impact. And those are maybe even more important than the other kills.
You know, I just wanted to point out as well, people are standing up, they're talking, and they're discussing this game right now in front of the big screen. Yeah, obviously here in the Dutch Student League, you guys are all more than welcome to come by during the finals. They'll always be held here on LAN, at least that's what we always try and do for the main games. So if you want to come by and say hi to us, say hi to the players, feel free to next time around. And actually tomorrow we have some more plans. Rocket League is online, I believe.
Yeah.
But I believe we have, is it League of Legends? I
there's
think
League
so,
of Legends.
right?
Yeah, there's League of Legends finals here. I forgot which teams are playing though, but I heard they're both great. They're like top-notch teams.
Yeah, I don't know anything about League, so, you know, don't ask me. I just see pixels on the screen and guns, and that's all that I know things about. But anyways, as for now, Ignite, 1 for 2 trade, not too bad at all here. They have the weaponry. The professionals, what are they going to try and do here? They're going to try and just stack up towards this B side.
and that's
Second
what they're
player
doing.
here.
They're stacking the correct side. They're all three. They're there. Yet again, everybody's stacked on this side. They love stacking on this side.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all, actually. I think Warlock might try and push that smoke. Everyone's here, though, and no surprise. Oh, team kill.
Now it's just one
He's gonna go
Wardog
through,
versus the
denying the
world.
bomb whenever he can. Yes. Okay.
He gets
well,
one
takes the
kill,
ban.
but that's at least some money taken away. But it doesn't matter that much because if Ignite Red loses one round, it's just GG anyway. So at this point, economy is not that big of a deal anymore
No,
for Ignite.
but as long as they can get the 5 acres and util out, and every gun they're taking out in a position like this, when your economy is still fragile, is definitely not too bad. Has it had good results? I think they have the full AK stack.
Yeah, and now they have.
Oh, they have a Galil. They do, on Vestbox.
Oh yeah, they do. And look at what Leo has. Leo's a bit of a troller, right? He bought a P90. Now he has a Zeus.
Yeah, but the Zeus on an eco, to be fair, is essentially just a one bullet shotgun, so I don't mind that at all. Two
Wardog
kills
getting
coming
two
through.
headshots.
Once again on the correct side as well here. That's helping them out so much here. Once one more, can't seem to get it. Right, there's another opportunity.
And
Ignite Red to
everyone
close
goes
it
down
out.
in mid as well, or in the back.
It is a fourth, but is it gonna be enough?
Well, at least they're getting rounds, and that's what we were hoping for.
You're at least avoiding that humiliation, even if
Yeah.
you lose now.
At least you put up a fight, and you won. And you won a good round on the map as well. After they lost the pistol, I thought it was over.
I thought so as
And
well.
they
but
had,
we're
they
still
had
here.
the fortitude and the mental capacity to just come back into the round and the game.
This is now going to be quite the scoreline ahead already. Big smoke's coming out.
Already quite a lot of damage. I think Alpi must have gotten legged in water or something by the op.
He might have, yeah, or it could have been a smoke spam, honestly. I'm not entirely sure, but he's left on low HP. And I think for Ignite Red here, the fact that they're still holding this composure is nice. Good entry already here. Leo wants to try and see if he can trade this back. He's going to go for the swing. Can't make the first one happen. Looking for a second. Fact is, he's still alive. He can get around this door. Will be able to get a second. Beautiful multi. That's going to give them the advantage now. And they're running out of players here to do it with. Ignite Red stopped by the smoke here. Just need to try and recollect and make something happen. It's not going to be an easy task.
No, they do have Ignite Red does have a little bit of util though, compared to the professionals, so that balances the man disadvantage out a little bit. At least you have the man extra in terms of util. You can smoke him off, molly him off, and it seems like they're also choosing the correct side at the moment, but there is someone rotating to middle to help out Wardog on the A side.
Wardog, that's a risky game he's playing there, but you know, at least he has the information now. I guess that's the plus side. Multiple players coming in. We do see that the util is going to make sure they get this bomb planted soon. And when they do, the time is going to be in their favor, but they're still a man down. Flank coming in. Wallendy has spotted out this player, so actually getting through here is difficult. And you know, no kills coming out as yet. There we go. And as soon as you get these numbers thinning out, now this is
that's
going to
all
get scary.
together in A main. Can they get out of here?
It's the right decision, though. You need to try and fight together something. Just make the map as small as possible.
1v2,
Here's
bomb is halfway down.
Oh, and
One guy, and they get the
he's
round.
got
It's
it.
12-5. They come back with another round. It was a 2v4, and they are able to close it out. I think professionals got a little bit too excited there. They saw it's a 4v2. Bomb down. Let's go fast, and we can win this and lift the trophy after this. But no, they were
you
two.
should be closing out these rounds
Yeah.
here. In their defense, you should be closing out these rounds, but they're not able to do so. And now, well, that's going to leave you with very little money. But the thing is, for Ignite, every round is a scary round, because even just a well-placed eco stack could just be the end of your tournament run here. And sure, I think, you know, admirable if you make it over to the grand finals anyways.
Wardog hears all this commotion. He calls his team over. He's alone. He's able to get... Oh no, Warlock gets one in mid.
Do at least concede that bomb site here. And the rotations are here so quickly. And actually, a good kill picked up by Warlock again. Leo's still fighting. He's got an AK now, and that is never a good sign. Able to avoid the majority of that nade damage. Very well played. And just look at how low HP some of these players are. Now, a good kill picked up by Skra. A very important one. Trying to run in as Irwin. It's not going to happen. Now it's just Alpi out there. 1v3 required. Can't seem to do it. Hasn't gotten his first eagle shot off. Needs a second. Not going to be able to get it. And it is going to be Walnutty getting a 6th round on the board at least. You know, 12-6. They came from 11-1.
Yeah,
They
12-1 actually.
12-1 at some point also. Yeah, that's correct actually. They still have a chance here.
Yeah, and it's a buyout for both teams again. One up on Owen. Let's see what he can do with it. Also, Warlock had like 17 kills or 18 kills in the first half, and he's only gotten 2 since. So he's cooled down a lot.
I feel like everyone has on that side, and obviously everyone's stats were inflated because you're just playing such a dominant half. Now, this time around, things are a little bit more tricky. How do you just get along with this? Leo's once again fighting. You know, I admire that.
Leo is edging the smoke, now going through it, trying to catch someone on the other side. On the fadeaway.
No one's seen him. Oh, and there he goes. Spots the wall. He will get traded.
Nice hiding spot for the trade by Vasbox.
I mean, at this point, I would argue normally, you know, if you're T-side, you'll take those one-for-one trades any day because it opens up the map so much. And that allows you to really spread out whatever there's left on that side. But, you know, it also comes at the risk of losing another 1v1 later on. And at that point, you know, you don't want to be losing it. So the mental game definitely playing a factor here.
Warlock here with a nice like forward angle. He hears the drop, so he might go for a peek in a second. But he gets peeked on himself, gets the first, is able to get traded out. But there's already 2 people on this side ready. Oh, and Erwin gets 1 kill.
Good delivery. Now it might just be all over. Algorithm in a 1v2 to try and stay
Gets
alive. He's gotten the first and the second. Needs another one in the op. Oh no, who's got it? And there it is. Who's got it? Yes, it's
Wardog
going to
got
be
it.
Wardog who does it.
And that's the trophy lift.
That is it. That is it right there.
Yeah.
We've got a winner.
We've got a winner. Congratulations to Professionals for winning yet another DCCS final.
Yeah, it's well deserved though. I think that is fair to say. This is exactly what we need from them. They have managed to deliver, and in the end, I think it's only fair to say to call this a well-deserved victory, right? They were just the better team this time around. I don't think there's any denying that.
With the clutches, you had Wardog with the nice entrance. You had Warlock with those crazy openings on the pistol round. You had Leo who was just trolling at the end, but he was still getting kills and doing good. And then last, who did I forget? Or did I get everyone?
No, you
Leo?
didn't. You had 4. Wardog, Urban,
I think I did everyone.
Leo. No.
Leo was trolling.
Yeah, Leo was trolling. He
Oh,
was.
Alpi, I forgot Alpi.
Yeah.
Alpi
I
was just
about to
looking.
say,
Alpi was
still
just looking
there.
at his skins.
Yeah.
Alpi was just looking at his skins.
Yeah, no. But even then, I think it's fair to say everyone on the team had delivered in that last matchup, right? Everyone was contributing, whether through kills or through other ways, and they just were, you know, one step ahead. And obviously, when we came into this tournament, this is exactly what we expected. But yeah, this is what happens. That's Counter-Strike for you. But I must say, regardless of it being a 2-0, it was very much enjoyable.
Yeah, I gotta say, I didn't expect it to go like this. And are we ready to send it to the analyst?
No,
No,
not yet.
okay,
No, we're
not yet.
getting-
So we gotta yap a little bit more. Well, I don't know what the.
Yeah, I mean, I was secretly hoping for a third map.
Yeah,
I
of
need
course,
to- I need
of
to
course,
admit
we want the third map.
Yeah, but also just because it's Train, and Train is such a map where anything can happen, and it's a new map. You don't
especially
exactly know
with
how
the-
to play.
with the way you have to approach the outside side now, with all the aggressive plays you can make as a T, because the train is now blocked and the op doesn't have a perfect sight on you, and a little gap on the right where you can throw the mollies through to stop the pop lock push.
Yeah, and what I also wanted to point out, where Erwin's getting impact, so many clutches from him, and that is going to be such a key factor, because that, sure, clutches win you rounds, but consistency wins you games, is what I also like to say, but he has gotten so many of these rounds that were very crucial turned around. But I think it's time to figure out what our analyst thinks of the last final matchup, because we have a winner. I think they know why. We're going to find out. Let's go to the analyst desk and see what they have.
Yeah. And we're back together with Warlock from Pub Professionals. Congratulations on winning the game. I have my own microphone. Okay, it's fine. Yeah. You can have this one to yourself. So yeah, congratulations on winning.
Thank you.
Very dominant parts, at the very least, of both maps.
Second map at least.
Let's start maybe with Ancient. A little bit, you know, you lost the pistol round, but then you managed to win 7 in a row. Can you talk a little bit about what happened there, or at least?
I mean, the pistol round, I feel like we didn't have a chance there. Like, we ended up in a very bad position. So we write that off and we go next round. We're pretty confident in force buying because we consider ourselves to be better. We beat them already this season. We somehow managed to win it, and then we keep the streak going. And I think after 7 rounds, right?
Yes.
We lost the first round, but the half was already dominated at that point, and we managed to get a 9-3, I think.
You managed to do 7-1 Brazil in both maps, actually. So congratulations on that. But yeah, exactly. After a few rounds, very dominant rounds, you did manage to fall off or drop a few rounds at least, especially around the side switch. Very dominant on T. a little bit less so on CT. Can you maybe talk about what they did that was just so difficult to at least at the beginning?
Yeah, I feel like we think that we're supposed to just out-aim them. And when we start taking too many fights, we're overplaying our hand a bit on the CT side. And then we're just giving away free picks. And then they can just slow down the round and just, slowly win it out. And I think we just did that too many times. On every eco, we also push. And I think if we, keep it a bit more simple, then I think we can close out those rounds a bit easier.
But ultimately, you did win those swing rounds, those important swing rounds. And I mean, also in Anubis, the same thing happened, right? Really ran away with it at the very beginning, managed to get 7 in a row. Then, unfortunately, lost one. Just decided to keep going anyways, get all the way to the match point. And then, did you try to give them a little bit of hope? Or what happened there?
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's not the plan always. But, when you're up, I think it was 11-1, then, you're going to get greedy. You're going to get, a lot of confidence. So we just try to take the aim fight every single round. And then we lose a couple. But it's fine because, we have like 11 rounds to play with. So,
I mean, all you need is like 5, I think, if I remember correctly. So at the end of the day, it really didn't matter. So again, congratulations really on the win, on the really dominant win, to be fair. I don't know if you guys have any questions as well, maybe about specific rounds?
How was the prep into Anubis? Like, what was so different on Anubis before going into this game?
Yes, I'm just going to repeat it for just to be safe for the stream. The question is, what was the prep or how was the prep for Anubis?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really prep a lot because we already played them. I think we played them this season on Anubis as well. And we dominated them. So we just had the same game plan, basically, stick to what we did last time and then, get the W.
Yeah, it really worked out. Yeah.
It worked out perfectly.
Any other questions?
I don't have a question, no?
All right, then I think we can slowly close it off. Once again, congratulations. Also on, the prize. Unfortunately, it didn't quite arrive in time, but it's here in spirit.
Yeah.
Just imagine, it's photoshopped right here. Imagine I'm giving it to you right now.
You.
So
Thanks.
yes. And also thank you to everyone at home for watching. And I believe we're also going to have a little bit of a word from our production as well. So maybe if we can...
Yep. If I can indeed get the microphone, sorry. Yeah, it's been one heck of a day so far. I couldn't help but invite one of the finalists today. Are you one of the original organizers, or I don't actually remember?
I wasn't. You just invited me later.
Okay, well, it's one of the organizers who've been around for a long time, and I just felt, well, what was it like? You were organizing, now you're playing a semi-final. It didn't quite turn out, but how's it feel?
It feels fine. Like, we already got here, which is like quite an achievement for us. Like we said, we wanted to reach LAN finals. We wanted to reach LAN finals this split, and we got there, which is quite exciting to be here. I think it's a very fun environment to play the game. Quite hyped to play with all the boys on like LAN against the others. I was outcome sad. Like they played very well. What can we say? First map got quite close.
It was exciting.
It's just our CT side could have had some work. We just couldn't get the game going. Certainly on Anubis.
It's unfortunate, but I think it's a game to be proud of. And I mean, playing a final on LAN, it's what you're playing for. And this time they were a bit too close. But I remember playing with you 5 years ago, Mr. 300 elo. 400 elo?
It was like 400 elo.
You've come a long way.
You could say so.
So it's quite fun. But thank you so much for briefly joining me here.
Yeah,
Able to talk
of course.
As with that, we will be wrapping up the stream here. Hopefully, it was a really exciting day so far. I'm really happy of how everything went today. Happy for the players. Happy for the all the crew, all the cast that wanted to join me. So I don't know if analysts, you guys can come back here as well, just for a little bit of a hop on. Yeah, come here. It was an awesome day. I hope to see you guys back tomorrow for some League of Legends as well and some Rocket League. It's going to be hella exciting. But for today, this has been it. Thank you guys so much, and thanks again to Zephyr for making this possible here on location. And that's going to be a bye-bye from us, and a see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Bye-bye. Hopefully. Oh.